platforms. There we go. Twitch.tv.
I wonder if they would go like they did with Microsoft and threaten to be like, well, if you don't sell us to ourselves, we're gonna all quit. And if Sony would just be like, all right, bye.
Go to Streamvoid. Streamvoid is offline. Damn.
Really?
Yeah. One video 15 years ago.
For the what?
For the Streamvoid.
Where's that at?
That's just called Streamvoid. They were last live 12 years ago.
On what?
On Twitch.
Colton.
They have one video. It's just blackness.
So there's another channel you're saying that's called Streamvoid?
Yeah, it's just called Streamvoid.
I see.
Yeah, last live 12 years ago. 36 followers. PlayStation 3 gameplay.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting. Give him some discoverability. Pop it out the chat. Very good.
What's happening today, Colton?
Colton is in the chat. Very good.
What's happening today, Colton?
Colton is in multiple chats. Amazing.
What a legend.
Colton is in the chat.
I remember when Activision finally dropped Bungie and everyone was like, oh, finally, they're out of the from the claws of Activision and they'll stop doing all this crazy microtransaction stuff and they'll make the game everybody wants. And it was like, oh, no, they didn't change any of that. That wasn't Activision.
Still a garbage game.
Not much, just chilling. I still can't get over Martyrs. Ah, what a classic. What was your favorite part when she had no skin at the end?
Oh, I gotta click the go live button. Can't get over the Martyrs.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Classic no skin show.
Well, at the end, yeah.
Skinless. Skinless in Seattle.
Yeah, it's in France. It's French. But yeah, basically. Yeah, that and something. That was a something. It was good though. Yeah. It's an interesting film. Some extreme violence in that one. Thankfully, it was just violence and there was no... It could have easily become like some SA violence going on there. And there was no... Which they didn't do, which is good. And they didn't even imply it, so that's also good too.
SA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they didn't even imply it, so. It was just like, I'm going to just beat this woman up for the next 5 minutes here. And then I'm going to feed her food, and then I'm going to beat her up again.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like a good time, really.
No. The whole idea was to get her as close to death as possible without killing her, so she enters a state of ecstasy and can see what's beyond life. And
Oh,
then
yeah?
she'll tell the cult leader what she sees, and then the cult leader will tell everybody. But then the cult leader says at the end to the guy, like, "Can you imagine what happens beyond death?" And he's like, "No, I can't." She's like, "Keep wondering," and then she kills herself. So it's like, did she see something good or did she see something bad?
Interesting.
Well, it's classic. And they remade it in English, and it's not as good.
Never is.
I remember watching it and being like, it was okay. Maybe if I hadn't seen the first one first, the original. And then the classic High Tension.
Whole tension.
Yep. Which tells you this whole story of the movie in the first scene.
Yep.
Yep. Which I didn't notice the first time I watched it. She wakes up from her dream and is like, I had a crazy dream. I was in a forest being chased by a man. And the woman was like, oh, that must have been pretty scary. And she's like, no, it wasn't, because I was the man and the woman. I was like, wow, they tell you right at the start.
Oh, they really do.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Purple Room Studios podcast going on right now.
Is there? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, right. I should post on the Discord.
Wow. Wow. Post it on the Discord, baby.
The new mobile Discord app sucks.
Does it?
Yep.
I rarely use the mobile Discord app. Gatebreaker 3D.
Delete message. Oh, better put on the end of this thing here so we don't forget. Game Cub.
Planet Club?
Game Cub. Yeah.
Plamekio. I threw on my Ultra Elite hacks and finished it this morning.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. How fat the twist in the High Tension was good. Didn't expect it. Yeah. Yeah. But it also makes it like, what?
Yeah.
So was she driving the vehicle or was she in the back with her the whole time? Like, what's the real part? What's the fake part?
What is real?
I mean, I guess she was driving. I like how you thought at you in the movie channel to many. Yeah, exactly. So on the Discord, I saw there was a message in the movie section and it said like, at the real curb. Like, I haven't watched the new like Doctor Who special that's on Disney. Should I watch that or whatever? Wait for it, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, why the fuck is he asking me this? I thought I told him last night I've literally never watched Doctor Who ever. And then I was like, oh, I'm not the real Curb.
No, you're not.
Too many curbs. Not enough curbs, some would say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
one might say. Fake curb.
Mm-hmm. Kansas curb. Brain. Fake curb. I should mute my phone, I guess. What is up? Brain went and saw Godzilla -1. Peeks the cat. Welcome in. Kerbo lads. Oh, God. He saw the old -1.
-1?
Godzilla.
Ah, yes.
-1.
Godzilla -1.
I literally woke up 10 minutes ago. Damn.
I wish.
I was late AF to work. Just quit your job. ISO.
Hello.
What's going on, dude? I just you had to open it up? Oh my God. Were the alcoholics really just outside upset? I can't even speak.
There's all the early churchgoers. They're already done church, so they came for a bite to eat.
Stayed up late watching For the Love of Lena. Oh my God. I did not watch it. Luckily, it's mainly locals only. Oh, shit.
Did not even watch it.
What's the weather out east, ISO? Okay, I'm gonna lurk and listen now. Aight.
Lurking and listening.
Gotta do my opening shit. I am sad my 10-year-old finally died. Your 10-year-old which? PC? Oh shit. But that means you got to get like a super duper new one.
Yeah.
I mean,
4090 and everything.
He had a newer one that he got, but I mean, what better time to just get an even newer one?
Right?
That sucks though.
It is most unfortunate.
When my old PC finally died, I didn't shed a single tear. Like, get this piece of shit away from me. It was like, what was the one before Windows 10? Windows 8?
Yes.
I think mine was Windows 8 when I got it, and it just fucking wouldn't do anything properly.
Windows 10 is garbage.
Just for streaming? Windows 10?
Or Windows 8.
Windows 8.
Windows 8 and Windows 11, both garbage.
Windows 8, yeah, it wouldn't, like, I'd hook my iPod up to it and it wouldn't sync with iTunes. It was fucking just a disaster. And I would Google it all the time, and then finally, like, years later, I found a result of, like, how someone fixed it. Be back soon with the hot lurk from Colton.
Colton with the
He's
hot lurk.
lurking it.
He's lurking it
Yeah.
and working it.
Yep.
Lurking and working.
Lurking and twerking.
Twerking, working, lurking.
Yep.
Frank.
What a piece of shit that computer was. Oh, my God. Oh, Frank's there.
Yes. He's just here purring away.
What a guy.
He is a guy.
Just chilling.
He won't let me eat his ears, though.
Oh.
He's like, no, sir. Do not bite my ears.
Why would you want to eat them?
I don't know.
Okay. How do we sound, everybody?
Do we sound
okay?
mono?
They wouldn't even be able to tell. But I mean, no. Does it sound like it's sliding back and forth, or
slippery sliding back and forth,
or whatever weirdo shit it was doing on your stream?
Yeah, I wonder if that's a product of Voice Meter.
Gee, I wonder.
No, it wasn't doing it with the other thing.
How many owls would you have to see in a single day before you start to get like really concerned? I don't know, like
2.
Yeah. I sound a bit fuzzy curb. That's just not my natural voice. Yeah, if I saw, depending, if it's during the daytime, then probably like 1 or 2. But at nighttime, I guess the same amount, because I'd be like, why can I see so many owls? Do I sound fuzzy?
No.
Oh.
You sound fine.
Okay.
Frank, you cannot sit on the keyboard.
Colteen.
It is not a place to sit.
He's just like, please let me sleep on the
no keyboard.
Please. I need it. Air jail for the cat, exactly. Now, why did you ask this about owls? Did you see some owls today?
Are you multi-owl viewer?
I have not seen an owl in a long time. Maybe at, what's the name of the lake with the cabins at for the school district? McQueen Lake?
McQueen? Yeah.
Maybe up at McQueen Lake is the last time I saw an owl.
Go to McQueen Lake all the time.
I'm just curious because I think after the third owl, I would go from neat to I don't know. It'd be more if I saw like a bunch of ravens. That might do it for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not like crows, like ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah.
What's a group of ravens?
I don't know. I would assume it's just a murder as well. Lake
murder?
Titicaca. I've never been to Titicaca before.
Frank, I have unbalanced you.
Uh-oh.
What do you feel about that, huh? How do you feel about that? Cannot sit on the keyboard. Okay.
Why does he want to sit on the keyboard so much?
I don't know. He sits on my lap
Ravens
every
are
other
cool.
time except podcast time. And he wants to sit on the keyboard.
Let me see. Ravens are cool, and I see them often. Can't remember the last time I saw an owl in the wild. But I mean like a big-ass raven. Like a Mark of the Beast, you know, eyes of the devil raven looking down at you and flying away when you look at it. You know, like Eyes of Sauron ravens flying around.
Smoke
we
coming out of them.
have to hide under rocks. They fly over us. So they don't see us. Report back so the Nazgul don't come and get us.
That's a thing.
Yep. I've seen it happen. Sucks when it happens.
I guess I better put Le Finale onto the thing.
The finals? The final stream? Is the getting good for you or what?
I mean, it's okay, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised there's still some in there.
Well, what could it even, like, I don't know, run out?
I would imagine so.
Menthol,
natural flavors, peppermint, eucalyptus, and spearmint oil.
Man, this whole time I thought Mikey was in the finals of a tournament. Oh.
I mean, technically.
Each round or each game of the finals is like in a tournament?
We were playing a lot of tournament style
yesterday. You have to do that every time?
Tournaments?
Yeah.
No, you can just play single games.
Okay.
But tournaments are super fun.
Why?
No, because it's like you go up the ladder.
Okay.
And it's like a super short tournament run.
I guess so.
Because it's 2-3 rounds.
Yeah.
So it's the first round is 4 guys in one game, and then 4 teams versus 4 teams in one round, 4 teams in the other round, and then the 2 winners of those 2 go up to the next, and then the 2 of those go up to the next.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun.
MMR.
Mert.
Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to unlock ranked, but you need to play like 120 games or some shit.
What?
To get into ranked.
Why so many?
That's quite a bit. It's like 120 or 80 or something.
That's
it's
a stupid amount.
I think it was worse with Apex.
To get into ranked? It was not.
You had to be level 10, which is quite a few games.
Nah, that's not 100 and something games. I haven't never even played that many games total.
Well, yeah, now. But when it first started, it was...
maybe when it first started, but when I played it,
a lot.
I was not into ranked that long.
No. I think, yeah, when you first started, they changed it a lot.
That's ridiculous.
Redonk.
Overwatch, 10 ranked.
Oh, yeah, Overwatch took a long time to get to ranked.
Especially if you were trying to play something that was not queuing up fast.
Yeah. Overwatch player count.
Hey, Frank. What are you eating?
Frank, what are you eating?
I don't know. He's chewing on the air or something. I don't know. All right, come on up. Well, I'm not lifting you. Okay, come on. Goodbye.
There are currently 352,000 online players
of
Overwatch.
Oh, yeah. How many people are playing the finals?
Currently, there are 181,000.
Not bad.
435.
Not too bad. See how it lasts once the hype level wears down.
I think it all depends on if they keep coming out with cool stuff.
Well, I think it's just it got released, so there's lots of people checking her out right now.
Yeah.
How many people are playing Apex?
There are currently 106,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
At 11 a.m.
Still a fair amount.
Yeah. 24-hour peak is 324,000.
Still going good.
Yes. Oh, yeah. At 1 a.m., there's usually 81,000. And then at 1 p.m., there's 319,000. pretty consistent in that, actually. 335,000, 323,000, 326.
Yeah.
Tuesday, there's only 302,000.
How many people are playing Destiny 2? Now we're getting somewhere.
Now we're asking the real questions. The real hard-hitting.
Slightly different style of game, but...
Yeah. 57,000.
Okay, there's still a fair amount.
There's still a bunch of people playing. At 4 p.m. on Thursday, December 7th, there were 9,000.
Oh my god. That's only on Steam, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is all just on Steam.
There's gotta be lots playing on PS. I would think.
Are you? Is that what you want to do? Frank? Hey, Frank, look at me. He says, no, I don't want to.
If I look hard enough.
What you want.
If I look hard enough at this door, it'll open.
Okay.
What a guy. What a rapscallion.
Yes.
Need a cat door in there, door.
Nah, too much sound leak.
Oh, yeah.
Average Destiny 2 is estimated to have 424,000 players per day.
That's still pretty high.
Overall, platformas. Yeah, it's still pretty good.
They just need to get some of those people to spend money at their shop. But the shop is so overpriced. It's so stupid. And also, why would you buy anything in that game when they just delete it so you can't even play it anymore?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, say server space, right? Right?
I think it was more about the installation size, they said, but...
You know.
It's still stupid.
It is still stupid.
It's one of those seasons I bought something and I never got to play it, and now it's gone. So I'll never get to play it.
Yep.
Pretty cool scam.
It's pretty skookum for sure.
It's like, why they never delete anything from World of Warcraft?
No, they
or
don't.
Warframe. Destiny. Bunch of chodes.
I forgot my password.
Confirmed as you. Crazy.
Yes,
I'm looking into getting an SSD for my PS5, and I don't even have Destiny or COD. I've just been uninstalling and reinstalling when I want to play something. I was gonna get the stupid Xbox expansion drive, but they're so stupidly expensive because it's a custom piece of hardware that Microsoft made. And I'm just like, fuck it. I'll just uninstall something if I want to play something different. Doesn't usually take very long to download on Xbox. I don't know if the PS5 is faster than the PS4 or the PS3, but it took for fucking ever on those to download stuff. Maybe yep. PS5 is faster. Like, I can download Cyberpunk in, like, I don't know, 15 minutes on the Xbox. So.
I should probably get another one of those.
Weird that Sony is the one that lets generic SSDs work and Microsoft went with proprietary bullcrap. Well, Microsoft has done proprietary bullcrap since day one with the Xbox.
Day one DLC.
Except for the internal hard drive on the Xbox. I guess you could put in another regular hard drive. Or a mini PC. I just need to stream, so it's 250 CAD. It's not horrible. It has Windows 11 on it. Should get the job done. Sony usually uses off-the-shelf
250, huh?
Stuff.
What did you buy? Like some kind of Nuck? Some kind of Nuck? I think Nucks are a little bit more expensive.
I don't know what a Nuck is.
It's a mini PC. Like one of the more powerful ones.
Some moron bought DSP a mini PC so he could play Chrono Trigger on stream. And he's so stupid about computers. He's like, I don't think this has any cooling in it. I don't think there's any fans. And he's like, yep. It says here it's got a Ryzen CPU. See, those are made to overheat.
Just this stuff that comes out of that guy's mouth.
Yeah, and then people in the chat are like, you're wrong. What are you talking about? He's like, you guys are a bunch of morons. It says right on the box. Blah, blah, blah. A B-Link Mini S Mini PC, Windows 11 Pro, RAM 256 gigger.
The old B-Link.
HDMI, HTPC, 4 cores, 11th gen Intel. It's basically a laptop.
Yeah.
I mean, if all it's going to be doing is streaming, then yeah, it's probably more than enough.
It's a pretty attractive form factor, that one. I mean, it's just a little box, but it's got like some venting on it, and it's got some nice things.
Some nice
2 USB-Cs.
Some nice things, he says. Oh no. Okay, good. Oh no. Accidentally closed down my window. Fuck. I closed down my window.
It's got a cooling fan.
No, it's... Oh yeah, that one's Intel, so they're not meant to overheat like the Ryzen ones.
Yeah.
Classic DSP.
Ooh, it's got a little wall mounting bracket, so you can mount it onto your wall. What's the reasoning to go through? Well, I guess if you have downloaded media,
what's that?
Or other media, then you'd want to stream it from a PC through the LAN. I'm just wondering why you would buy a mini PC rather than just a casting thing and cast from your phone.
Oh, I see.
But if you're accessing media from a network drive, then that would be what you would want to use as a mini PC.
He's using a projector too.
Oh.
So I don't think you can stick a...
I would imagine you could. Because it's just a HDMI.
I've never used one. So. Oh.
A projector or a Chromecast?
Yes.
I'm really liking my Fire Stick. Hey.
This motherfucking computer is so slow.
Oh, Google Backup will stop soon. Oh, my Google Backup. GameStop sent me a update. Wow.
I just stream stuff, so it should be good enough for what I think so.
It's not my birthday, though. Stupid GameStop.
A week or two ago, I got an alert from DoorDash telling me that I could take advantage of their Canada Day long weekend discount code.
A week ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody fucked up.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's wild. I get the 32-bit. 32. What? The Ryzen 7 5800H? Triple display 4K output? $64 gigs of RAM?
Ram it up, baby.
Ram-a-llama. $679 mini PC right there. Tower performance and powerful processor.
Oh my god.
You take it aside and use it on projector. Hell yeah. I guess the one nice thing about that is that you could just download a whole ton of stuff if you're going to go use it offline, like outside, or go out camping and take it with you.
Yep. Project it onto a cloud.
Go glamp it up.
Oh my god.
What's happening?
I'm not hearing it obviously, but I'm watching DSP's pre-stream podcast and just the chat, and I can see him rocking back and forth in his chair. I can just imagine what he's saying.
His pre-stream podcast?
Yeah, he says he has a podcast that he does every day, but it's literally him just talking a bunch of a bunch of bullshit.
Yes.
Right now, I can tell he's talking shit about Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. Just by the way you read his lips.
Well, that and the chat is talking about it, so. Someone gifted it to him, and now he's going to have to play it, and he's like, you know, he was talking about how, like, people have been wanting me to play this, they better show up to support in the chat. You know, if no one's there, then that I know that this was not a game of the year. He doesn't understand that, like, he doesn't understand streaming, really. Like, he's always just like, this is a great game, I'm having fun with it, but, like, people are not coming out to support it. I don't understand. I'm loving the game. The game is great. And it's like, it's not about the game, it's about the person playing the game.
Yes. And I mean, he makes enough money, doesn't he? Quote unquote.
Yeah, but he has to beg for it.
That's just shtick.
No. It is his shtick, but it's also just disgusting. Especially when you see some of the people that are donating to them, because they'll record videos and upload them and be like, leave DSP alone. And you'll be like, this person should not be living alone. They need help. There's something wrong with them.
I'm gonna get some more caffeine.
Do it. Tank! Are we timing? We're getting ready to start here. Michael T needs some more energy, so he's going to get another guru. And then we're going to start the really big show. We finished up Control, so we're going to start our next game on Game Club, which is called Rise of the Tomb Raider. So we're going to start playing it this week. I've already downloaded it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, baby. Use Guru to brew coffee, then dunk a bag of tea in there. That sounds like fucking disgusting. Rotter? Rotter? What? I don't get it. I just don't understand. Oh, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rotter. Yes, that's right. Rotter. Rotor. Rotter. I get it now. We're going to be rising and tomb raiding.
I'm not a fan of all
What?
the caffeine in the world.
Of what?
Of the Guru to brew coffee, then dunk a bag of tea.
Oh,
in there.
yeah. Sounds gross.
Yes. I'll just get some charged lemonade from Panera and die.
There's got to be something else in that story.
Oh, yeah. They all had heart condition.
Yeah.
Tastes like apples.
My heart is strong like donkey. Drink too many energy drinks.
Yes.
Otherwise, my heart would explode.
I'll just get a little mirror down here for the next podcast.
So what? For what? Cocaine?
Yeah. That's the real energy boost.
We're going to do some lines.
We'll do some lines and
beers.
then do a podcast.
A couple nose beers and see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll blank the camera every 10 minutes. You'll just hear
just a huge fat one. No, do it like at the end of Scarface when he just has a pile and sticks his face in it.
That's counterproductive.
No, it's like Speedy then. You have so much.
Oh, yeah.
Just get it into the air.
Vaporize it.
There's a scene in Harley Quinn where she does a bunch of cocaine because it's flying around in the air and it superpowers her. I mean, I don't think they tell you that it's cocaine, but like she's hiding behind these stacks of powder that get shot up with an Uzi, and there's all this white dust in the air, and she just goes like,
Of course.
I want to see you snort the outline of Canada. Do we have to do it in regular size, or do we have to do the stupid Mercator projection size of Canada?
I would like to live. Thank you.
Oh my god. Classic projection size of Canada.
Yes.
Yeah, I would just do regular real size. I'm just seeing a lack of mirrors.
Yep. See, Mosh isn't here to witness this. Boom.
Oh, recording. Oh my god.
Look at that.
Wowee.
We're recording a podcast.
Now you just need some scan lines on there.
Right?
Exactly. Or like a security cam filter.
I could add one.
Yeah.
This thing, you just hear it
mute
volume
my
go up
phone.
and down.
Is phone muted? Yes.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Just one huge fart on the microphone. That'll start the show.
That'll start the show. Yeah. And then I'll say hello, everyone.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the Streamvoid
Lord.
podcast, episode 153.
That was fake, by the way.
That was
I gotta
a fake
talk into this microphone.
Yes, you do. You
But
give yourself
maybe
pink eye.
Maybe I did it on your microphone when you were gone. You just have to watch.
I would have seen the wave. Seeing in the wave.
Okay.
Like, oh, that looks like a fart.
Wow, you've got a good eye.
Right?
That's
right?
crazy.
Pink eye.
Oh yeah.
This intro has gone off the rails, so I will let you guys know that I am Mikey T. And of course, across from me is Kurbstomped.
Hi.
And you can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Yes, exactly.
This is a show about a couple 12-year-olds who fart into microphones.
If we can't have fun doing this, what can we
exactly?
What's going on?
But this is a show about life and video games and everything in between.
Yep.
So let's just talk about that in-betweeny stuff.
Okay.
The stuff that is in between life, but is also kind of life, but not really life because it's work.
Sure. Okay. I have not been in the office for like 3 weeks. I've been just at the warehouse the whole time.
Yes. Christmas time in the warehouse.
It's been crazy. I think the most busy stuff is done now, hopefully, because our big sale is literally today, happening as
we speak.
So
I saw a video on Facebook of people just filing in.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this must be last year's really big sale.
No, it was this year's really big sale, but it's not really big as it used to be in the past. It's actually a really small sale now. It used to be really big.
A really small sale.
But I've been at the warehouse, whatever, doing my thing. We had oh my God, just some of the stuff going on anyways, we had a meeting between the warehouse and the office because they said some vague things like, oh, we want to, I don't know, streamline or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And so we had this meeting. So the thing was basically there's basically two of us that work at the warehouse, and I'm supposed to be like, helping out over there. I'm not supposed to, well, the idea was that I would be there just a little bit helping out, but it's turned into like helping all the time.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much shit going on. But they wanted the other guy that's there full time, so for him to know everything that's going on at the warehouse, which he does. Whatever.
Yes, as he should.
But what they've decided in the office is that any communication between the warehouse and the office needs to go through him.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, last week, and it's all because of this, and it's so stupid. We're worried about communication, but it's all their fault for fucking it up. But anyway,
okay.
We moved all this stuff, so we had to relocate it in our system so you can actually scan it and find it, right? Because it's huge. You'd never find anything. So I did all the work, and as I'm scanning them, there's some that don't actually scan, that aren't in the system, because we bought all these lures, and there was just like a fucking mess, right?
Yeah.
So I'm writing down the information so they can add it in the computer over at in the office, so then it'll actually get ordered and go to the stores, right? But as I'm doing it, there's a bunch that I know that they scan, but I don't know the code. So I just make a little note of the location and what it is, so I can come back later and find the proper code rather than having them add it or them looking it up, right?
Yeah.
So I fax the paperwork off and I tell them like, oh, I finished it, whatever. And so then what they do, rather than calling me or even the other guy, they get someone else to come to the warehouse, go to the locations I marked down, find the item, take it back to the office, and then add them in as a new item into the computer. So later, after they've done this, they call me and they're like, oh, just so you know, I added all these into the system. I'm like, well, why did you do that? And they're like, oh, they don't scan. I'm like, well, they have codes already. They've already been added. And they're like, no, we looked and we couldn't find them. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, so we're going to send you the information about the new items and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right. And I'm just like, they already scanned, but whatever. So then, 10 minutes later, I get a message like, oh, we found one. So we deleted the new code off of that one. And then 20 more minutes later, like, oh, we found another one. So the whole thing with this is that because they didn't call me to ask me what was going on, they just did this. Yep. They assume that communications is broken down.
It sure
so they
has.
they want it to go through the other guy. So what now is going to happen is I'll do this. I'll show it to him. We'll send it in. And then if there's a question, they'll phone him. He'll ask me. I'll get the information. I'll give it to him. And then he'll give it to them. And I was just like, as they're telling me this, I'm just like, what? I'm like, why wouldn't you just call me? And they're like, well, he needs to know what's going on and I need to know what's going on. And they're going to be the only two communicating between the office and the warehouse. And I just was like, this is a huge mistake. They're like, well, we need to, do it this way. So there's no, we know what's going on. And I'm like, whatever. So, and then they're saying like, oh, when you're writing down your notes about these numbers, you have to be like, when we fax it over, sometimes we can't read it. So we have to like guess, is that a 9 or is that a 7, whatever. And the other guy's a little like, he's like, well, don't guess, like, call us and we'll tell you what it's supposed to be. Like, why would you ever guess? Right? I don't know what it looks like when it gets faxed through. Like, you can't just guess on that. And they're like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, okay, so now when we fax something in that I've written down, if you can't read that it's a 7 or a 9, you're going to phone him. He's going to ask me. I'm going to tell him and he's going to contact you. And they're like, yeah. And I just was like, wow, this is stupid. So I cannot wait until they start skipping over the whole thing. And I'll be like, did you talk to the other guy first? Because you got to talk to him.
That's how the chain of command works. You got to talk to him.
But the other thing, too, is like, I work in the office, too. It's just like, oh, my God. So then the other thing, too, is I'm like, you know what? You guys don't know how it works here. You guys need to come here one day and like unload a truck and put stuff away to see how it actually works in the real world.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, yeah, we want to do that. I'm like, yeah, right. You want to do that. I'm like, of everybody that's here in this meeting, I'm the only one that knows how it works on both sides. So like, no one asked me about what should be done, but whatever. We'll go with your ridiculous idea over here. Yeah. So just like, oh my God, I can't, it's going to last a week.
At most.
Oh, dude, so stupid. I just was like, this is a huge mistake. So. But other than that, I just, worked at the warehouse, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobook, listen to some music. Good times,
Very good.
What about over at the Mikey T world?
Yeah, work happened.
Uh-huh.
That was a thing.
Okay.
That went on.
Uh-huh.
During the week.
Fun.
Yes.
Anything exciting?
Nothing really exciting. It's kind of a
slow time.
It slows down at the end of the year.
Yep.
We're just trying to figure out what to do to keep everyone busy.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sending 2 of the boys. They're supposed to go to Pemberton, and then the Seashelt, and then to Powell River, and then to Nanaimo.
Oh, my God. The whole journey across the world.
The whole journey through the Sunshine Coast and then the island. But now they're only going to Seashelt, and then Powell River, and then to the island.
Oh.
We were kind of worried about the from Lillooet to Pemberton, kind of an F highway, especially in the winter, and I'm trying to bring over heavy trucks. It's just
right in the
impossible. Ditch. Yeah, they wanted us to get this job done, but they didn't. No one had applied for a traffic management plan or a lane closure permit.
You don't need
or
that
a
stuff.
road work permit.
Nah, you don't need that stuff.
You definitely don't, but you can't get flagging unless you do.
Oh, you don't need flagging either. What?
We're crossing a highway twice.
Just put up a sign that says move at regular highway speeds. No problem.
Well, it's funny because the regular highway speeds in that area is 30.
Oh, wow.
But they're like, nope, you need a traffic management plan. You need a highway closure permit. Everything needs to be approved by the Ministry of Transport.
It's almost like these things are put in place to like protect people.
Right? So that was the one in Pemberton, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well you gotta get the permit." So it's like Thursday. I'm like, "Okay, well I'll apply for the TMP. It's gonna take 10 days for them to make it, and we're gonna miss this deadline."
Yeah, 10 days, assuming there's no Christmas holiday.
Yeah, right. The 15th is when you cannot do any work on the lines, like any work on lines that are currently active, because they don't want people knocking people out because people are on vacation, people are home for their families. The amount of communication that goes on during this time is immense.
Yeah.
So you cannot work at, anything that has operational circuits in it.
Yeah.
So the guys got 5 days to get all this work done.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Have fun.
5 days start Monday. One of the first days just driving.
Ah, easy.
Because the one crew that is placing the cable in Seashell is placing it on Wednesday.
Ah, perfect.
So they're going to drive, take 8, 9, 10 hours to drive to Powell River.
Oh my God.
There's 2 ferries.
Oh my God.
They're going to work in Powell River on Tuesday. They're going to take the ferry back on Wednesday to Seashell, work there, and then take the ferry back to Powell River.
Oh my God. Sounds fun.
Yes. It's going to be a good time.
Yep.
I had to book them a ferry because they're taking over 5,500 GVW truck.
Yeah.
So I had to book them a ferry, but all bookings were just gone in the day. So I had to book them a 4:30 ferry.
AM?
PM.
Oh, PM.
They start at 7. So that gives them that amount of time to get to the Sunshine Coast.
Crazy.
Horseshoe Bay.
Oh, the Horseshoe Bay.
Through the canyon. Because you can't take those big trucks over the coke.
Oh my God.
So it's gonna be an effed week for them, which is unfortunate. But
don't you wish you were going with them?
They're busy. We managed to keep them busy until Christmas.
That's true, but don't you wish you were going with them?
Kinda. It's a little slow in the office.
Oh well, yeah, I guess that's true.
But also not because I like to do things at home too.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That was essentially work.
Fun.
It's busy and then it's not busy and then busy and not busy.
Yep.
Welcome to project management.
Yeah.
Where you sometimes just sit there and wait for people to give you information.
Yep. Lordy.
But we started our first official streaming schedule back up.
Oh my gosh.
This week.
Crazy.
We're streaming Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We tried to do Barrow Trauma on Friday. Nobody showed up. So I've got it scheduled for Thursday because I know people will show up on Thursday.
Thursday.
But I use the events in the Discord to create an event.
I mean, you did have it set it up like a day in advance.
That's true.
So there wasn't much time to.
Wasn't much time, but now I've got it set up way in advance.
Yep.
So we'll be able to do that.
All right.
I played that first Thursday that I streamed. You were watching the Game Awards.
I was.
And so I was in your stream watching the Game Awards with you. And then I was trying to figure out how we could just stream the Game Awards together. And then that didn't happen.
To be on the couch.
Because you can do the guest star, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, we could just do this. Then whatever.
Yeah.
And then they showed a trailer for Lego v Fortnite.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God. This looks really good.
Yeah.
So that's what I streamed on Thursday.
Oh, Lego Fortnite.
And it is really good.
It looked interesting anyways.
It's a full survival crafter in Fortnite with Lego skins and themes and all that kind of stuff. The building is extremely simple. Yeah. You don't go brick by brick. You get a plan and you use that plan to build houses and whatever.
So you put down the plan and
you put down the plan and then you put down the pieces for the plan. And it builds it brick by brick.
You don't like that style of building though.
No, I hate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
And so, but it's more Fortnite. So the building is actually very quick. You don't have to bring the resources to it. It just builds it.
Yeah. Which
is tolerable. But getting things to snap together, I'm just like, oh my God, this is awful.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of when you build like a workstation, it can't be wet. So you have to put a roof over it. If it's raining, you can't. If it's raining, you can't use it. You just can't.
Yeah.
And so you have to put a roof over it. And I'm struggling trying to like snap this roof into these 2 posts. And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
This is bull.
That's like in Valheim.
Yeah.
It's got to be covered.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of different crafting benches, and you can upgrade the crafting benches. You unlock more plans, and you have a village hub, which you can upgrade to bring more villagers in, which help you do things. You can take them on quests. You can get them to do your farming. You can get them to do material upgrading, like converting wood into planks and stuff like that. And it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
I might try it.
There's caves to explore and monsters to fight, and
I didn't realize that Fortnite has no achievements except in Save the World mode.
oh
Like there's none in regular multiplayer Fortnite.
no, just the battle pass.
And none of the, well, maybe that's different, but there's no like actual Xbox achievements, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Except in Save the World.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I just assumed there would be like, you know, when they do an event, they'll be like, here's the new achievements or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. So I was like, oh, okay. Interesting.
And while I was, when you load into the Lego, you load into like you go into the customs games menu where you can see like games that other people have made. And I was like, I wonder if there's like Roblox style incremental upgrade games in Fortnite. Someone's probably made one.
Like,
of
what do
those.
you mean incremental upgrade?
So you get, you fight a guy, you get maybe $1. And you get like, then the more things you put down, you get more dollars per minute or dollars per second or something like that. And you upgrade just ever so slightly to get more money per second.
It's like an auto clicker.
Yeah, kind of like, kind of like Adventure Capitalist.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And is there?
There is, yes.
Yeah.
I found one where you make a tower.
Oh, okay.
You furnish the tower, and each piece of furniture you put into the tower gives you more cash per second. But then you can go outside and fight zombies for like a couple bucks per kill.
Ah.
So you go out there, you fight a bunch of things, you go inside, you build a bunch of things, and then you keep going. And once you build one floor, you get to pick what your next floor is. So I have like an arcade and like a restaurant and a movie theater. And you just keep going up higher and higher and higher. And you come back out, fight a bunch of zombies, go back in, build a bunch of stuff, go back out.
All right.
It's ridiculous. I love
Sounds
that stuff.
like it's.
And you can play 4 players. Each player can build a tower, and you can speed run your tower builds.
Oh, wow. I mean, they do want Fortnite to be like Roblox, where it's just like a platform. Well, they added the rocket racing from Rocket League.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's this? It looks like Rocket League.
Yeah, except it's a racing game.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what the monetization strategy is going to be for that. If people are going to be able to get paid for that. Because in Roblox, you get paid for everything you make.
I think you get V-Bucks or something. You can, I think.
Interesting.
I'm not sure, though. I'm sure there's something in there.
Yeah, because when I was playing this game, like when you play I watch a lot of Roblox gameplay lets like this from one of my creators that I like to watch as I'm falling asleep, which is Dangerously Funny.
Oh man, yeah, I watched one of their videos and I was like, I don't find any of this funny.
Well, no, he's not.
They were playing Suika game, and it was like, you need to have a 9 billion IQ to do this move. And I watched the whole video, and I was like, this is what Mikey's watching? Oh my god!
I know it's not
good,
overly funny,
or
right?
good.
It's just him
describing what he's
doing very monotone and then calling everyone idiots. That's all he's doing. And it's only none of it's gameplay, it's just him talking.
It was just like, wow, okay.
I don't know, for some reason I can watch him play a Roblox game and just fall asleep. And that's what I do. I'll just like throw on
something about the quality of the it really puts me to sleep.
But he always plays games that I would play, right? He's got a similar he likes similar games that I do. And so he'll play like Adventure Capitalist, but like throw a ton of money at it.
Okay.
Just to boost it up. Or he'll play like mobile games that I play and he'll just throw money at it and see what he can get.
Okay.
And I can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but I don't.
You don't. Yes.
So it's fun to see him throw money at games that I like to play and see what happens, right?
Okay.
Gives me that kind of like, okay, yeah, that's what happens when you throw money at that game. I get that a little dopamine hit.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays some for Roblox games where there are incremental upgrades, where there's one where you just run as fast as you can, and the more you click, the faster you run, and you try and get as far down the track as possible
Sounds
within a certain
rad.
amount of time. And then you get a certain amount of wins, you go back, you open eggs, get pets to make you go faster.
Of course.
But all
Makes
these
perfect
games
sense.
in Roblox, you seem to like get eggs to get pets to go do things better. Jump higher, run faster, grow taller, whatever it is. But you can throw your Roblox coins at it to get better upgrades, and then the creator of that game gets a portion of those coins, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how that's going to work within Fortnite, if you're going to be able to buy that kind of stuff.
If it's not in there yet, it will be eventually.
Yeah.
Has to be.
And the revenue split for that is actually pretty good. You get the
in Roblox or
in Roblox. I mean, you get paid in Robux.
Yeah.
But it's still like, if you create the game, you get 40% of all the sales inside. If you create the items, you get 30%. So that's 70% already. And that's what Steam gives you when you make a game.
No, I think you're thinking of it backwards. You get 30%.
30% if you make the items. 40% if you make the game.
Yeah.
So that's 70% total.
Oh, well, okay. I see what you're saying.
So you're still getting a pretty good revenue split if you're playing Roblox.
I see
or making Roblox content.
I get it.
Yeah, it's I don't know, one of those things.
You're gonna start developing Roblox games?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I have desire to code, and then I remember what coding is like, and then I go,
maybe not.
You have to read to code.
Yeah. That is definitely
and
true.
Trying to read code when you're dyslexic is so difficult.
Easy peasy.
It's so difficult.
Easy peasy. Yes, you can take your Robux and cash them out for real dollary dues. So
yes,
they do have real dollar values.
They do.
Yeah.
And then the finals came out.
Yes, it
during
did.
the Game Awards.
It did.
And I was like, oh, guess I got to play the finals now.
That's all it takes is a game to come out and you have to play it.
Well, when it's the finals, yes. When it's a game like the finals, where it's like Apex meets Overwatch.
Okay. So how's the sliding in the finals?
It's not as good.
Oh, that's too bad.
Look, when you stack the finals up against Overwatch, everything is just not as good.
I'm not talking about Overwatch.
I mean,
Apex Legends.
Apex, yeah. I mean, you can slide. It's true. You can slide, but you can't slide very far.
No.
It's not a good tactical slide like it is in Apex. The gunplay, it's a notch down from Apex. Everything is just a notch down from Apex.
So why not play Apex?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was actually playing the finals, and I'm like, it's just not as good as Apex. I could be playing Apex right now. Exactly. I think it's the way that the game is laid out, where it is like a game show. It's like a esport. It's all laid out to be esport.
Yeah.
And the announcing is everywhere. The hype is crazy. It's like the final 3 teams in Apex Legends, but the entire game.
Yeah.
Which makes it extremely fun. It's very competitive.
And the destructible environments are kind of cool.
Oh yeah, everything is destructible except for the base plate. Everything is destructible.
Yeah.
I think there are actually certain items that aren't destructible.
Well, it seemed like one of the little rooms you were in when you were cashing something out was not destructible. Because I saw a lot of explosions going off, and the rooms remained in one piece. So
yeah,
that was when you got the cash out like at the last millisecond, and you got all this extra money, even though you were winning by a bunch.
Oh yeah, that was the one where we cashed out like $79,000 in one game.
But that room had a lot of explosions going off in it, and nothing happened to the walls or anything.
Yeah, I think it has to be like if you throw regular grenades, they don't do anything to just blow up the environment. Maybe.
Okay.
But if you use like an RPG or C4 or stuff like that, those will always blow things up. Or if you do a heavy charge, because heavy charge just destroys everything for whatever reason.
Of course.
Yeah, it's fun because there can be, if you're trying to cash out a cash or trying to capture a cash out that someone's already cashing out, you can go underneath the cash out and blow it up and drop it down to you and then start capping it.
Nice.
Just bamboozle everyone.
Yeah. It looked interesting, like they had a little foam grenade to block the door, and I was like, that's cheaty. No one can get in there now.
Well, no one can get in there, but you can burn it away with fire.
Yeah. Oh, I knew there had to be a counter, but you'd have to be equipped with something to burn it away, though, right?
Yeah. There seems to be a counter for everything. It's like they tried to really balance it.
I would hope so.
But some stuff still feels like it's just overpowered.
Yeah.
Like pistols. Pistols just seem overpowered.
That's kind of the way it's been since like Perfect Dark though, or GoldenEye.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
Or like the original Halo. Like what's the best gun in the original Halo?
It's
like
a
the
pistol.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the pistols are just crazy. We were complaining because our team was not set up to take out lights. Lights really destroy heavies unless heavies are equipped with flamethrowers, and then the heavies really destroy lights.
Oh.
So you have your like basic loadout, which is between four items. You get your gun, your grenade, and 2 tactical abilities. And then you have like a sideboard where you can have stuff in the sideboard so that you can pick
what is this,
stuff
Magic
out.
the Gathering?
Yeah, kind of. you can adapt to the other teams and
Yeah.
the other team's play style, which is really cool. Which I really enjoy that.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh well, these guys are wrecking me as a heavy because I don't have my flamethrower because they're all lights.
Uh-huh.
Take a flamethrower, suddenly the game's turning.
Yeah. When I was watching, I was like, oh, this reminds me of Team Fortress. You got your little healing gun squirting on a guy, and
yeah, it's funny. The heavy is built like Reinhardt. So
Yeah.
he can have like a shield that comes out in front of him. Reinhardt from Overwatch, of course. And he can swing a hammer and charge at people, which is all things that Reinhardt does.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have like a medium who has a healing gun, and you can just heal him up with your healing beam.
Yeah.
And just sit there and tank for days.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, the tactics and variability in the gameplay is super fun. Really enjoy it that way.
I'm not going to play it.
No, I didn't think you would. No. If you were still playing Apex, probably could convince you to roll over, but
I don't know. Characters look boring.
They are boring until you like unlock a bunch of stuff, and then you can make them
look stupid as fuck.
Look stupid AF. Yeah.
So when you have your team names, those are random.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
We were wondering in the beta if they were randomized depending on what your team makeup was.
Oh yeah.
So if you had like 4 heavies, maybe, or 3 heavies, maybe you were called the tough shells.
Yeah.
Or depending on like the skins you were wearing. But I don't know.
I wonder if there's people been like, fuck, I'm not playing on this team. I don't like this name. Quit. Like I could see that totally.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially like, this team name's gay. I'm out of here.
It's always like there's not a lot of variety in the team names. So there's like the tough shells, the socialites.
Yeah.
And
it should have been the socialists.
I think there's only like 4 or 5, 6 maybe different names that the teams can be.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on who gets what color, really.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. It was really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Was that about it?
I guess so.
I think that was about it for my week. That's all I can think of.
That was the end of your games besides a little Control.
Oh yes, of course.
We'll talk about that in
Planet Club
later. Trying to think of what I played this week. I don't think I messed around and tried some things out just to see how they worked on the Xbox. Like I played a little bit of Deadly Premonition, which is this Xbox 360 game that came out. It's like trying to be like Twin Peaks crossed with like zombies sort of, or I don't know. Anyways, it's very weird and it has a weird feel to it, but it takes place in the Pacific Northwest and you have to drink coffee and like, but then you're shooting these demon guys that are coming after you and stuff like that. So it controls very poorly and it's very low budget, but it's just so interesting anyways.
Yeah.
And the controls are very bad. So I was checking that on the Xbox to see how that played. And, I'd fire up like a game and be like, I just couldn't find anything to play. Everything was just like, I don't want to play it. So, but I did try out a new game that was added to Game Pass, little stealth release called While the Iron's Hot.
Oh,
yeah. It's like it looks like what you remember an 8-bit game would look like, kind of. So it's like, 8-bit styling, but then it's like, no, 8-bit games didn't look like this. But you play as a guy who wants to become like a blacksmith, and he's going on a journey to the blacksmith island to become a blacksmith, and the boat crashes and he gets washed up on a beach, and then you start working at this guy's old blacksmith where it's all decrepit. He's only got one arm. The old blacksmith only got one arm, but he'll take you under his one arm and teach you the ways. But then
the ways of blacksmithing.
But then it has like an overworld map where you have to go to other cities to talk to people, to get quests, to learn new things to make. But also when you're on the overworld, it's like, oh, there's a rock and you can mine it with your pickaxe to get more ore, or chop down a tree to get wood. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. So there'll be a quest, like someone will be like, oh, I really need a sewing needle. So then you have to go back to your forge, make the iron ingot, and then you take the iron ingot and you hammer it out on the anvil, and then you take it to the sharpener, but then you take it to the assembler, which is like a grid-based assembly like Minecraft, like 9x9, and it'll be like, you put the rounded, sharpened metal piece at the top with 2 sticks underneath, and then it'll make it into a pickaxe. And then you can give the person the pickaxe. They'll be like, oh, thank you. This is beautiful. Here's your reward. And here's some money. And here's also a new recipe so you can make like whatever, the next thing. And it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. It's published by Humble Games.
Yes.
And developed by Bontemps Games.
Bon
Temps.
Yeah, man. That's where Sookie Stackhouse is from.
Yeah.
Bon Temps, Louisiana.
Nice. And this is their only game on Steam so far.
It's on Game Pass, so you can try it out there.
Yeah, I might. It looks cool.
Yeah,
it looks cool.
There's like some little puzzles and stuff like that. So it has a fog of war on the overworld map.
Yeah.
So you don't know where anything is. So I was walking around. And I'm like, oh, there's like a little village down there. I'll eventually get to the village. I'm like, wait, can I just cut down the trees to go to this little village? So I cut down the trees and I go in there. I can go into the little village, but then it's like an abandoned old blacksmith. And you go in and there's these 2 statues you can interact with. And a forge, and then you look around a bit and you find some materials, and you find a little story of like the gods when they came to the planet. The one on the left held a sword in his hand, and the one on the right held a spear in his hand, and they fought and they defended the planet or whatever. And it's like, oh, I wonder if it's going to be this easy with these 2 little things I can interact with. If I put a sword in one and a spear in the other, is that the puzzle? So I do that, and yeah, I get an item out of the little forge, and I can update my forge with that item, and yeah, it's pretty interesting anyways.
Yeah, looks cool.
Yeah, I played it for an hour. I put a little video on YouTube about it.
Nice.
And yeah, I don't know if I'll play too much more of it, but it was interesting to check out anyways.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah, maybe I'll give that a go today. Because I need something to make a video out of. Because I need to. I'm trying to put out a video on YouTube a week.
Yeah.
So, and today is usually the day where I start playing the game and recording, and then edit. Well, actually, no. Usually I start yesterday and edit today and get it out by Monday.
Yeah.
But now that I'm streaming again, that's going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, it's like a fake 8-bit style.
Yeah.
Or it's like 8-bit games never look like this, but they would call it 8-bit retro style.
Yeah.
But I don't think I played anything else really. Can't think of anything. It was a lot of like, I'll update this and then start it. I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that was it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was it?
I don't think I played anything else. I played Game Club.
Yes, of course. Did you stream it all?
I streamed the Game Awards and then the movie stream. I did the movie stream. It was a secret surprise movie stream.
Special guest, super secret.
Special guest, the Salty Lord 69. Slint was in town, so he was coming into town for an appointment, and then he's messaged me and like, oh, we could meet up for dinner or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then like Thursday night, I was like, hey, do you want to do a movie stream while you're in town? Like, I know it's a little short notice. He's like, yeah, sure, why not? So we watched Martyrs and High Tension, some French horror, and
awesome.
I don't know if I call it horror, maybe slashers, or I guess High Tension's pretty horrific.
It's pretty horrific.
Martyrs is horrific too. So.
Yeah. I mean, you were saying someone lost their flesh at the end of the show.
They just later, no big deal.
A fillet of...
Yeah. Fillet of French flesh. We went to the Chinese buffet for dinner.
Which one?
The Lotus Inn.
Oh yeah.
Classic gross spot.
Oh yeah, disgusting.
So
it's so good, but disgusting.
I went there straight after work. So we were on like senior citizen hours. It was like 4:30 dinner, right? But while we were there, I'm like in my work gear, so I'm all dirty as fuck and looking like a total grub. And as I'm getting my food, there's like this weird, I don't think he was homeless, but there's just this weird guy there getting his food, and he was like talking to himself and whatever. And I was like, oh, this guy's weird. And then when I grabbed my, I got some chicken, and he's like, oh, I don't like the fake lobster crab, it's not good. And I'm like, oh, this is chicken, man. This isn't fake lobster. He's like, oh, but when I get the fake lobster here, it costs, I got to go to Vancouver to get my lobster. It's like $10 down there, but $30 here, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. So then later I was like, the woman that worked there was like, oh, can I ask you a question? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I see you walk around all the time, and, and at first I thought she was asking me if I knew some guy that walked around all the time, because she saw me talking to this weird guy. I'm like, no, I don't, no, it's not me, or whatever. And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I think she was actually asking me if I walk by here all the time.
And you do.
So then afterwards, I was like, oh, sorry, were you asking me if I walk past here all the time? And she's like, yes. I was like, oh, then yes, I do. And then she's, oh, okay, I see you all the time. And then she's like, all like, oh, I'm not spying on you. Like, I just see you all the time. I'm like, no, I get it. You see me walk by all the time. And yes, it is me you saw walking by.
But, I get it. I have a luxurious beard that you notice.
Exactly. Well, and before I would walk by there like 5 times a week. And now it's like once or twice a week. But anyways, it was a little interesting. But I thought she thought I knew some. I'm like when she left, I turned to Slint. I'm like, I think she thinks I'm homeless.
Dropping mad bucks.
We hadn't paid yet, but yeah.
So it's funny because when more of my father's side family was still alive, and we were all kids, that's where we would go. The Lotus Inn.
Oh, crazy.
To get to like celebrate whatever. We would go to the Lotus, or we would go to Oriental Gardens.
Oh yeah.
And now that I go to Lotus, whenever I go to Lotus now, I'm like, we went here all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, think about it. 20 years ago, it looked a little nicer than it does now.
Yeah. Because you could go the back. There's a whole back section that was all open. Like it would just be full.
Yeah,
all the time.
Well, the last 2 times I've been there have been like early bird specials, like 4 or 5 p.m. Maybe it's way more busy later in the evening. Yeah. But I remember going there like, and it would be packed or whatever. So recently it's been, there's like 10 people in there or whatever.
And the Asian tourists, they all come and go
there. Yeah, during the lunchtime and stuff, I'll see a bus out front and I'll be like, fuck, it's going to be busy in there right now. But it wasn't too bad.
Maybe it's just the buffet food is not super good.
I don't think it ever was, but when you're a kid, you don't know any better, really.
That's true.
You're just think anything that you don't eat at your house is better than what's at home, you know?
But you think, an Asian family going to an Asian restaurant, that restaurant should be a pretty good Asian meal.
I guess so. But I mean, I don't know. I remember going there, but I don't remember if it was better when I was a kid. I would think it's probably exactly the same.
Could be. I don't know.
I just like their curry beef is good there. I like that a lot. Yeah. But
I mean, I don't mind a disgusting Asian buffet.
No, I don't either.
Not at all.
I wouldn't have gone there if I was just like, oh, gross, whatever.
I still eat there. I still enjoy it.
I enjoy it too, but I also know it's like, oh, this is the lowest of the low.
Yeah. There are some places in town where I just wouldn't order takeout. Like there are very few Chinese restaurants where I would order takeout.
I mean, I ate at the Dynasty Gardens, dude. So anything, I can do anything, dude.
I guess.
Is there any worse than the Dynasty Gardens was?
For takeout, yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
From what I'm remembering, maybe I need to go to the Dynasty Gardens.
Well, Dynasty's closed now, but
it's closed?
Yeah.
Oh, for Christmas?
No, forever.
Forever?
Yeah, it's been closed for like a year.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Lotus. Lotus Inn.
Well, that's where we were talking about.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. Lotus
Inn. You're
Inn.
thinking the Lotus Inn.
I'm thinking Lotus Inn.
No, Dynasty was down the road.
Yeah.
Where?
No, I remember where Dynasty is.
Yeah.
I'm talking Lotus Inn. Maybe I need to go to Lotus and have a meal there again. To see.
Wait, so when you were going for dinner, you were going to the Dynasty Garden?
No, the Lotus.
Okay.
Because that was.
So what was worse than the Dynasty Garden then that you're thinking of?
Oh, I'm talking Lotus all the time. When I say Dynasty, I'm thinking Lotus.
Okay. Okay, but
yeah, there was something worse than that takeout.
Okay, but where?
I can't remember.
Okay.
That's the problem,
But
is that I get Chinese takeout so little that I can't remember where the bad spots were. So then I order it again. I'm like, oh.
If you never had Dynasty Garden, then you...
I've probably had Dynasty.
That was the worst that I've had, for sure. And I would do it. It was near my work, so I would go and get it at lunchtime. And every time I'd be like, oh, this was a big fucking mistake. But it was cheap, and they always gave me lots. So it was like 2 days worth. But it was just like, obviously this rice is from last night. Like they froze the fried rice and just heated it up again today. If they even froze it, put it in a bucket in the fridge.
Somehow the Save On Up the Hill, when they had their deli in the middle and they were making hot food, that was the best Chinese food.
Okay.
I think, anyway.
That's crazy that they were doing that in there.
I know. And then they renovated and took it all out.
That place has changed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember that's where Overweighty was, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember the soda shop in there?
No.
Where you could like refill your own bottles. They just had like giant, like a whole bank of different flavors of soda shop. Like you would go into fill your fountain drinks. You could just take your 2 liter, fill up any type. Oh my God. It was crazy.
No, that would have been back when I was young and I wasn't allowed to have pop.
I mean, I wasn't either, but I'd still be like, oh my God. Look at this.
And we rarely went to that one up the hill.
Me too, but every time I went, I'd be like, can I please?
I don't even recall a time where we would have gone in there because it was always go to the Overweighty in Dallas, or not Dallas, Valley View.
Yeah.
Go to the Overweighty, go to the Kmart.
No.
Really live it up.
Imagine a time when there was a department store in Valley View. That is crazy.
Right?
Oh my God. Anyways, this is local talk, local chat.
Local chat. We're doing it.
Yeah.
The local chatting.
Yep.
Well, that's good. It was super fun seeing Salinth on stream again.
Yeah. He was good. He's talked about his kid.
Nice.
I was just like, the kid must be walking and talking now and everything. So yes, it's 6 months. That's when they start walking and talking.
I mean, walking maybe.
No.
Talking maybe. Not.
No, neither.
Just a bunch of goo goo gagas.
Neither yet. So
the old goo goo gaga.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what else is goo goo gaga?
No.
Patreon.com/Streamvoid pod.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's right. If you enjoy this podcast and you want to listen to this podcast early, you can get into the Patreon. You can throw money at the screen, just as little as $1 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You can get access to our bonus content, our pre-show content, the post-show content. You get access to this podcast early.
Yes.
And sometimes I upload the right one.
Oh, you uploaded the wrong one?
No, on Patreon, I usually upload the right one. And then when I publish it to Podbean, it changes the folder that I was uploading from. And so I upload the previous week's.
Oh, fun. That's okay.
Because I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, upload this. Yeah, Patreon. Yeah, that's the right one. Patreon, that's the right one. Go to Podbean, then it switches the folder back.
Oh, nice.
To the previous weeks. And I'm like, upload that. I'm like, And then one of the guys will be like, hey, you uploaded last week's podcast again. I'm like, And I'm always at work, and then I get home and I'm like, archive this, upload new podcast. God damn it.
Well, that's okay. That's fine.
Yes, it is. Sometimes we put out bonus videos.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say there's a new chicken sandwich at KFC.
Yeah,
that's got like cranberries on it and stuffing or some shit. We should eat those fucking disgusting shits sometime.
Yes, I guess we should just do
cranberry sauce.
We should just do another stream. Just do a Patreon only stream where we go and do chicken sandwiches.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah,
it's too bad that the internet everywhere is shit.
I mean, yeah, the quality's not the best, but maybe if you had a better connection than my phone does. I live streamed on Instagram and the quality was pretty good apparently.
We'll have to do it on
YouTube. Was not good.
Well, we'll have to do it on YouTube so it's a private stream.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
We can just always collect them too and then
Yeah, that is true.
We'll just rob a DoorDasher, get his insulated bag, go get them all, and then mash down on them.
All we would have to do is go to one of the just secondhand stores because there's always someone's DoorDash insulated bag in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. I never look for them, so I never see them.
I see them and I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Someone gave up on DoorDashing?
Someone gave up on DoorDashing.
This is not the career for me.
It's a rough life, the gig economy.
True, so true.
Yeah. Patreon.com/StreamVoidPod if you want to support this.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Sorry.
Oh,
I didn't mean to get so aggressive.
that's all right.
Okay.
You can get excited because you've read the next headline.
I did.
The GTA 6.
Yes.
GTA 6
Trailer
has officially dropped and it has broken the internet.
Came out early.
It came out
'Cause it got
early.
leaked.
Yes.
So GTA or Rockstar's like, all right, here you go, day early.
Here you go, day
Enjoy.
early. Were they planning on doing it during the Game Awards?
No.
No?
God, no. They don't need to spend the money to have it on the Game Awards. Just do it for free. No, it's supposed to come out on the morning of like the 7th or something like that, but it got leaked the day before, so they put it out on the 6th.
Weren't they called? Yeah. Whatever the thing was. I thought it was the 5th, but
whatever day.
Whatever day.
I can't
Whatever day it
remember.
was. Yeah.
But they did it a day early because it got leaked.
Yeah, it got leaked. The trailer looks crazy.
I mean, it looked good, but it didn't. Did it look any better or worse than GTA 5? Maybe marginally better.
I thought it looked pretty good.
I thought it looked good too,
pretty
but
amazing.
like the cutscenes of GTA 5 looked just like that too.
Yeah?
So
Someone will do a side by side for us. Then we
Maybe.
can watch that.
maybe I'm thinking of GTA 5 through my rose tinted glasses.
Yes, could be.
But it's good to know that there will be a single player component to GTA
Yes.
6. Or maybe it'll be co-op. I don't know.
Who knows? But let me tell you,
Uh-huh.
everyone's calling to ban it. Everyone's like, ban GTA 6. We can't let the kids play it. I'm like, well, don't let your kids play
It's
it.
an M-rated game.
It's
so
it's M-rated. Don't let
the
your kids
only
play
reason your kids are playing it is because you bought it for them. So.
it. Yes.
So fuck your kids. How about that? It looks. I mean, it's taking place in Vice City, so whatever. That's
Yeah.
cool.
We knew that was coming.
Well, did we?
Yes.
How did we know?
Because they showed the splash screen.
Well, okay,
It's like,
yeah.
okay, that's Vice City. Look, it's all pink and there's
Yeah, yeah.
birds.
But it's not. It's modern day Vice City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Resident Sleeper.
Lots of TikToking going on.
Let's get it back to the 80s, baby.
No, you got to be like, you got to do it now, nowadays.
Why?
The kids want it now. They want to be able to Instagram inside
Doesn't
their
matter
GTA 6.
what time zone this GTA 6 would be. The kids are going to play it anyways. But like, if it's in the 80s, we could like get them a little bit of culture, you know? But like,
no, this is all
4,
twerking
5,
on top of the roof of an El Camino screaming down the highway.
4, 5, and 6 have all been modern day.
Yeah.
So the last time we've had anything not modernized was all spin-off games. GTA Vice City Stories, whatever. I guess it'll be cool to see how Vice City's changed, but it's also not going to be like Vice City from GTA Vice City anyways, because that was like a friggin' PS2 game. So the map is going to be way expanded. The
Yep.
map was so small compared to GTA 5's map. So that it'll be all expanded. I mean, it'll be interesting to see maybe if there's some recurring characters from GTA Vice City, but like, you know, the guy, what was his name in GTA Vice City? The character Tommy? I mean, Ray Liotta's dead now, so he can't really return to voice him or anything like
Sure
that.
can't.
Unless they AI his voice or something like that. I don't know. I'm excited to play a single player GTA 6 in the year 2025. That's so crazy, dude.
The graphics look amazing. Apparently, it's not coming to PC right away. It's just going to be on console.
That's standard Rockstar chicanery where they'll be like, well, we'll get you the double dip because you got to buy it on console to play it, but then we'll bring it to PC and you'll buy it again.
Yeah.
It's called the double dip.
The double dip.
But
the RPers are not going to be happy because they're not going to be able to get their RP server up and running right away.
Yeah. Oh, well, whatever.
Yep.
Will it even have GTA 6 online at launch? I mean, GTA 5 didn't have online at launch.
That's true.
So
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, like you said last podcast, that's their primary way of making money, and that's why we haven't gotten GTA 6 for so long, is because they're making so much money just doing the online component. So yeah, that's a good question. Will they release the online component right away, or will they let people experience the storyline first?
Will they even have an online component?
I would imagine they will.
Well, GTA Online is its own thing now. Like you don't have to buy GTA 5 to play GTA Online.
No?
Okay. So maybe it'll just be added to GTA Online as like a
bonus city,
an update.
You just go to Vice City now. Yeah.
Or who knows? Could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, GTA Online I think might be its own thing now. I'm okay with though. It looked interesting. You know, modern fall of civilization. Everything that's wrong with the world was on display. So it's pretty good.
Or right with the world.
I mean, I did see a lot of twerking, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of twerking, a lot of butts, a lot of boobies.
Yep.
And
we'll
kids are going to see the trailer and want to play the game.
Well, they had to put in a fake birthday on YouTube to watch the trailer.
Yep.
So that's again on the parents for not monitoring your kids.
Yes.
I mean, like seriously, GTA 5. And it's about. It's not even about the violence they don't care about. It's like, oh my god, there's a boob and an ass.
Yeah.
So
it's not about Trevor ripping people's teeth out with a
oh my god, I hated that scene. I hated that. That was the worst part of GTA 5. It's like, can I just not do this?
That's the only part I've ever seen.
That's the same thing with GTA 4 was like, I played the game as Nico Bellic and I would be like, I'm going to the mission. Be like, I'm driving on the road. I'm not driving over pedestrians or whatever. But then you get to the final end of the game, cutscene as Nico, and he's just mowing people down. And I'm like, that's not my Nico. That's not how I played the game. He's just a total psychopath. And it's like, this is a disconnect between the way I played the game and the way that he's portrayed right now.
Yeah, portray him like I played him.
Yeah, but that was the worst part of GTA 5 was that scene. You have to do it too. You can't just not torture him. You have to torture him. I hated that part.
Yeah, games that make you do things that are uncomfortable, pretty good.
You should see DSP play that scene. He was giddy and laughing like a schoolgirl.
I bet.
It was ridiculous. Yeah. Oh my god. Anyways, GTA 6, you gonna play it?
No.
Oh.
But it did break Mr. Beast's all-time high 24-hour view record. Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that Mr. Beast had a record on YouTube.
Is that crazy though?
Not really, but no. Fucking Mr. Beast, man.
Oh, I can't click that link. Why not?
What the heck?
I don't know. But let's talk about the Open Hand Foundation.
Sure.
The Completionist has made a response to all the allegations because they finally donated the $600,000.
Yep.
For who did they donate it to?
They're still going to jail. I don't know who he did it. It doesn't even matter who he donated it to now.
No, but what matters is that they actually finally donated.
So the story here is that Mudahar and Carl did a whole video series about how they've been sitting on this money and they haven't donated any money, and it's a scam and tax evasion or whatever, so the Completionist did a video refuting it, of course, to try to, I don't know, I guess public relations, proving that he's not scamming people.
Yeah, because he's got tons of sponsors that go into all these charities and stuff like that.
So the one thing that did you watch the video?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched bits of it. Not all of
I watched the whole thing at like 1.75 speed.
Yeah.
Because it was like 20 minutes long.
Yes.
But the one thing that really stood out to me was when he talked about the golf tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it in like a really quick and sort of like,
he just kind of flashed over it.
Just saying like the golf tournament hasn't always had a charity aspect to it, but when it did, blah, 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 the money went to the Open Hand Foundation. But it was like, so he basically admits that when this tournament started, it was not a charity event. It was just a golf tournament they held.
Yeah.
In honor of his mom that they kept the money from, basically.
Yeah. And that was the first 2 years that the golf tournament ran.
But
and the next after that, it said on the signs that it went to the Open Hand Foundation.
Well, I don't think it even said it went to the Open Hand Foundation. I think it just said it was going to whatever
I think it did say that.
But then eventually it did say the Open Hand Foundation.
Yeah.
But what he was saying is that it wasn't even a charity event at the start.
I mean,
but I'm sure that it was implied it was a charity event.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, especially since like a memorial tournament for some guy's wife. Would you like to come to that? Okay, maybe if I knew some guy,
Yeah, but I'm sure back then, that started way before. That was like 14 years ago or something like that.
No, I know it's before the completionist was doing his thing.
Yeah.
But that also is like part of the family. That was the thing too with the videos where they were saying it wasn't just the Open Hand Foundation. It was the family was doing this charity scam basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, it was weird to me that he said that. So it's kind of like, we weren't always a charity. So maybe those early ones we kept all the money.
Yeah.
But then we eventually were a charity.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it probably was always positioned as a charity event from the beginning.
I think so as well.
Because like, again, if someone was like, oh, we're having a golf tourney in honor of some person I've never met's mom, I'd be like, I'm not interested.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it's like, for whatever research, it's like, oh, okay.
Okay, yeah,
we can do that. But anyways.
Yeah, he's now off the board of the company. Was
he ever on the board?
I mean, maybe. He just says he's off the board. I don't know if that means he was on the board or if he was never on the board.
He says he's off, yeah. Like, again, obviously, if he was on the board, he wasn't doing jack shit.
Yeah.
And his whole thing he was saying was like, oh, we were trying to find the correct charity to deal with it. And we just happened to find the correct charity after the video came out to give them all the money.
Yeah, one of the big things that he was saying is that to donate it, there would be a ton of fees involved to donate the money.
Well, that and like, the charities have like, a certain percentage goes to non-charitable things because it goes to like overhead of running the charity, which is how charities operate. Basically.
Yeah, running a charity isn't free.
So it's just like, we just so happened to finally come to a decision conveniently a week after these videos came out.
Right.
He's also saying that his Indieland stuff is no longer going to be charity anything.
Yeah.
So that also implies like, it was kind of for profit the whole time, basically.
Yeah.
And he also says like running a charity is not for free, so they have to spend money to get the money and blah 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 blah. Like at the golf tournament, you have to pay for catering and the golf course and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, yeah.
That's true, but
we already knew this.
Yeah, it still doesn't.
There's a lot of like, the money was down this year because that was the COVID year, so we didn't bring in as much money, and like just a lot of excuses. And then also like, we're contacting our lawyers to see what they're gonna say, and it's like, oh wow, like vague lawyerly threats in a video here. Like generally when you are dealing with something like that, lawsuits or whatever, you're advised not to say anything about it.
Yeah.
So I would say that he probably has not actually talked to a lawyer about suing these people, because otherwise he wouldn't have done this video. Because that's the one thing they always say. Then again, you don't have to take your lawyer's advice, but they're always like, don't talk to the media, don't say anything, don't do anything.
Yeah.
And then
because you will screw it up.
They'll go and make their 20-minute YouTube video.
Yeah.
Explaining how they didn't do a robbery or anything, and everything's on the up and up.
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude. Seems fucked up to me.
Yeah, it is a little bit for sure.
We'll see if Carl and Mudahar do follow-up videos.
Yeah, I imagine they will.
Yeah.
It's that's how you make money.
Well, and like if there's actually something there too.
Yeah. I mean, there probably will be.
It was just his video was a lot of like, this is just a clerical error that's easily fixed, and we've talked to the IRS, and this is fine, and we know what we're doing, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, buddy. It just looks a little hinky when you all of a sudden donate all the money.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're doing it the right way. You still held on to the money for 10 years before you donated.
And then just happened to find the correct charity all of a sudden now out of the blue. Okay, then very coincidental.
Yeah, it sounds more like you had to have a fire sale because everything was going up in flames.
Just got to get it done.
Got to get it done.
Yeah, and then in his video, he was talking about how, like, oh, if people still want me to demo their games, I'm still more than willing to do it. And it's just like, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to give you their game to demo anymore there, buddy.
Yeah, I guess we'll see next year if Indieland if it still goes.
Yeah. Oh, and then he said something about bits and subs and all that stuff and how putting on this stream isn't free, you know, basically implying like they had to pay for stuff somehow. And, you know, the money is there. Maybe it didn't get reported in, because it was so near the end of the year, the money was reported in the next year or whatever. Be interesting to see when, you know, Carl and Mutahar go through and do the money check and be like, even if it went through the next year, where's the money that, like the extra money that should have been in this year, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see.
Very weird.
Yeah. I mean, hosting events, not free.
No.
There's some equity needs to be put in to do that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And tons of sweat equity, but
it's just the whole holding on to it for
10 years. That's what we're worried. That's what we're talking about here. That's the whole thing.
Like they ran a charity, had all of the sort of, you know, tax write-offs or whatever, and all the things you would have as a charity, but never actually operated like a charity.
Yeah.
A little weird to me.
A little weird.
Anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if all your paperwork's in order and everything's going well. You're doing everything by the books.
There would be like a rule, like if you're a charity, you have to donate something.
Yeah.
Like let's say once a decade.
Once a decade, you got to donate.
Yeah.
That's probably the new rule.
Or
now.
do something charitable in once a decade, you know? Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yes. The Game Awards.
Oh, the Game Awards.
Speaking of fucked up.
Speaking of Cringe Fest.
The Game Awards.
Cringe Fest.
Those happened on Thursday.
Yep.
You watched the full thing. I watched some of it.
Yeah, I live streamed the whole thing.
Yes.
Talked with the chat and had a cringe meter on the screen.
Yes, and we cringed hard.
Yeah, biggest cringe was what's his name from the Marvel movies. Is his name Anthony Mackie? Guy that plays Falcon.
Yeah. Oh, he was on there?
Yeah. He was doing the award for something, and that was the biggest cringe fest of the whole thing. Well, he just kept talking to the crowd and being like, it was just, so cringy, man. So we added 50 cringes to that section of the show. Yeah.
Plus 50 cringe. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cringe.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was a very underwhelming show this year, I feel. Like last year, I watched it, and whenever anyone was not doing a world premiere or trailer, I just muted it because I knew I was just going to be cringing out of my skin the whole time.
Yeah. But the first world premiere of the entire show was so a remake.
Yeah. Yeah. Brother, A Tale of Two Sons.
It's supposed to be a really good game.
I played it on PlayStation 3, I think. A bit. It was interesting, but isn't the guy that made this game a huge doucher?
That's what I thought.
Anyways. Yeah, it was like nothing too crazy was shown off.
Except for Inscription 2.
It's not Inscription 2.
No, it's Pony Island 2.
It looked crazy, but...
It's from the creator of Inscription.
Yeah, it looked crazy, but...
it's just a fever dream. Just a fever dream game.
Basically.
New game by Dead Cells, the creator of Dead Cells, called Windblown.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah, there's just like, it was just a bunch of weirdo shit that was showed off. The VR game, Thrasher, which is a musical thingy from the guy that did Thumper, the Thumper dev. Dave the Diver and Dredge crossover coming. How does it work? I don't know. Oh, the World of Goo 2 announcement was pretty crazy. Because I was like, as the trailer starts going, I'm like, is this a World of Goo sequel? Like, what the fuck? This was a Wii game.
Yep.
And yeah, World of Goo 2. Yeah, a new Atlas RPG called Metaphor Refantasio. Like, come on. What kind of name is that? I mean, it's Atlas. I'll like it.
Yeah.
It'll be good. Now, here's a super cringe fest too. when Matthew McConaughey was on the stage. He was there showing off a game called Exodus that he's doing a voice on or something like that. Super generic looking sci-fi shooter. But when he came on the stage, he's, hey, everybody, it's Matthew McConaughey here. And he's like, you know what? I could have come on stage and said my classic, all right, all right, all right. But they told me it would be better for here if I just said, pew, pew, pew. And I just was like, oh, my God. This is terrible. Yeah, there was just so much stuff. What else happened? The Starfield didn't win jack shit, but they took out a commercial just congratulating everybody else. It was like a Starfield commercial, but like, hey, look how cool our game is. Thanks, congrats to all the hardworking people in the industry and all the winners and everything. It's like, oh my God, no one gives a shit about Starfield.
Yeah. There's a new game from the guys who made Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty wild goose shenanigans game.
Yeah.
And this game's called The Big Walk, where you play a bunch of drinking birds going on a big walk.
Yeah, it's very weird.
I have no idea what the game even is supposed to be, but I want to play it.
The music in it reminded me of the music that's in the trailer for the movie Men. If you've seen Men, you know what I'm talking about. But it was the music I just was like, ooh, this reminds me of Men. I don't know if I like that. Sega had a thing where they're like, Sega's back, baby.
Sega's back. They're making consoles.
No,
just kidding. They're just,
But they showed off like, are they even real game things or are they just CGI bits? But Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Street Rage, and Crazy Taxi. They look cool, but it was like old school Sega because at the end the guy like looked at the camera, he's like, Sega! So I was like, okay, I like that. That's pretty good. Yeah, just a lot of weirdo shit. Okay. So they had one here called Dead by Daylight. It's a spinoff. It's called The Casting of Frank Stone. I don't give a shit about Dead by Daylight, but this is being made by Supermassive Games.
Oh, hello.
So it's going to be like The Quarry or House of Ashes or The Man of Medan, like a cinematic horror movie.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, okay, this I will get behind here. I'll get behind this. Visions of Mana, a new Secret of Mana game.
Hello.
I'm down with that. Coming to Xbox too. I'm good with that. I'll play it. There's a ninja game coming. Rise of Ronin, Koei Tecmo. Could be fun. Finally, they officially showed off Overdose, the Hideo Kojima game we were talking about a long time ago when they were leaking, the one he's working on with from Xbox.
Looks like they're still leaking.
What do you mean?
Oh, it doesn't even. It's just like people talking at the camera.
Well, they're like real actors types because Udo Kier's in the trailer, and I've seen him in all sorts of shit. But the thing was, so when they were talking about it, there's like a door on the stage, and knock, 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 and Hideo Kojima comes out, and it looks exactly like the door from the PT trailer game thing. And they're talking, Hideo and Jeff Keighley. They didn't kiss this time, but
it's too bad.
That's too bad. But then there's another knock on the door, and Jordan Peele comes through, and joins him on the stage and talks about working on a horror thing with Kojima and how. And Jordan Peele is a big gamer. I don't know if he still is as much, but on Bobby Lee's podcast, Tiger Belly, he talks about how Jordan Peele introduced him to play Morrowind on the original Xbox. And that's how he got into playing like RPGs like that from their Mad TV days.
Nice.
So I'm ready for Overdose. I'm sure it's going to be interesting. But again, Kojima really wishes he could make movies.
Yep.
Just Black Wukong, they showed off another Black Myth Wukong, sorry. They showed off another trailer. Like, that game has been in production since we started doing this podcast.
Yes.
It was like one of the first things we talked about back in the day.
You can pre-order it now.
I'm sure I could have pre-ordered it a year ago too.
It showed up in the Epic launchers, like pre-order now.
Oh, it
like,
must be getting
coming
close.
August 20th, 2024.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well, that's a ways away.
I'm ready to check it out. Maybe it'll come to Game Pass. Who knows?
Yeah.
Don't Nod has another game coming out that looks very much like Life is Strange, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. I like the Don't Nod stuff more or less. Is there an anime called The First Berserker? They were talking like this was like finally they're bringing this thing to life.
Well, there's Berserk.
Yeah, no, this is different.
Which looks kind of similar to this.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same, but anyways. I know you were hyped about this, the Apex Legends Final Fantasy crossover.
Was I hyped? I didn't even watch the trailer.
Well, you are now that I told you about it. Yeah, you can get a sword for the guy.
A sword
the
for
Apex
the
guy? What's the Apex guy?
With the sword?
He has the drone.
Oh god,
you always played him all the time?
Yeah, I play him all the time.
Him.
He's my boy.
He has a sword. He has like Cloud Strife's sword or something. Anyways, I was like, that's a weird one.
Yes.
Skull and Bones. They have a release date, February 16th. Unless this game is free to play, it's doomed to fail. Because it's literally like Sea of Thieves, but in a not terrible art style.
What do you mean not terrible?
Have you seen Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Does it not have like some of the most atrocious?
It's just got like early 90s CG vibes.
Sea of Thieves? Have you looked at the character designs of the Sea of Thieves characters?
Yeah.
I don't think you actually have.
Yeah.
No. Early CGI? What are you talking about? They look like potatoes with legs.
Yeah, early CGI.
Some of the most atrocious designs I've ever seen. Anyways, Skull and Bones is literally that, but like with human-like characters.
You can pre-order it now.
I'm not going to.
You can pre-order it. That means it's not going to be free.
Huge mistake. Arcane is working on a Blade game.
Yes.
I'm sure it's going to be like Dishonored, but your Blade. Don't you think?
I don't know. It's just all cutscene.
Yeah, I know, but like,
thing.
Don't you think Arcane is just going to make Dishonored, but Blade?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why Anthony Mackie was on stage. Twisted Metal Season 2.
Well, he was giving away the award for... he was also nominated for Twisted Metal.
Yeah?
Well, like Best Video Game Adaptation.
Oh, right.
I can't believe there's a Twisted Metal Season 2.
Did you watch Twisted Metal Season 1?
No.
Then how are you surprised?
I saw a clip of it. I saw enough to know that it was going to be atrocious.
Judging a book by its cover over here. Wow.
No. I saw clips of it.
Yeah, that's the cover.
No.
That's the cover of the book. Is the clips.
No. Yeah. Den of Wolves. It looks like Payday or like a heist game. Like who the fuck cares? They showed off some Fallout TV show bullcrap. That might be interesting.
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer for that on Prime and I was like, oh,
but
okay.
It also showed shit that doesn't seem to really exist in Fallout. Like there's one of the vault runners is played by Chris Parnell. It looked like, but he only has one eye, like a Cyclops. Like there's no Cyclopses in Fallout.
Well, in any of the cities you've been to.
In any Fallout game I've ever played I don't think I've ever seen a Cyclops.
There's 1,000 vaults out there.
Okay, so they're adding to the lore of Fallout here, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Walton Goggins is in it though, and he's rad. So
yeah,
I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be one that we're going to be watching.
Oh yeah,
on the pod here.
Oh yeah. Light No Fire. That's Hello Games' new one.
Oh, hello.
It's like No Man's Sky, but on one planet.
Oh, hello.
So it's like a giant world where everyone plays on it, and you adventure around
and ride,
and you procedurally generate a mountain in the distance and whatever.
Cool.
As I watch the trailer, I'm like, this literally looks like No Man's Sky on one planet. Like, is that going to be any good? You're building a base.
It all depends on how the combat is and the adventuring.
I don't know, man.
Is it going to be a multiplayer survival crafter or a RPG? Because look at hella RPG.
Yes.
It's both.
Yep.
Multiplayer survival crafter, RPG, bullet hell, Metroidvania.
Oh, wow. Okay.
With Antelope.
Yeah, exactly. What else did they show off?
It looks kind of good. It looks kind of cool.
Who knows, right?
But I like anthropomorphic rabbits with swords, so.
Yeah. Procedurally generated rabbit people.
Yes.
Monster Hunter Worlds, the new Monster Hunter coming. Looks more open world. I could be okay with that. And Baldur's Gate won a bunch of awards, and they won Game of the Year. But the producer, when he did his speech. Forgot to actually say, like, oh yeah, by the way, Baldur's Gate 3 is out now on Xbox. Because it got released that night and he was supposed to announce it on stage and he forgot to do it.
I mean, it's the pressure of the show.
So, totally. And he was literally wearing armor.
Oh, yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, he's literally wearing armor the whole time, sitting in the crowd in his like armor. And when he gets up on stage, you could hear it like clinking around. The awards were like Baldur's Gate 1 and Alan Wake 1. And they had an Alan Wake song and dance routine. I don't know if you saw that, but they had like the guy that does the voice of Alan Wake singing with another guy. And then the guy that plays Alan Wake was dancing with other dancers and stuff like that. But they also, Alan Wake won. The one award, though, that I call ultimate bullshit on was the best continuing game.
Did Destiny win?
Destiny didn't win.
Okay.
But Cyberpunk won. Yeah, but it's not a continuing game.
It is not a continuing game, that's for sure. They just got some DLC for it. It's not a...
They got an award for fixing their broken game.
No.
I don't agree with that award.
I don't agree with that at all.
They shouldn't have been nominated for that award. No. It should have been any other game that was on there. Even Destiny deserves it more than Cyberpunk. Yes. Technically, Cyberpunk, I guess, is a continuing game because it's been 2 years and they've been working on it for 2 years. But now it's done.
Now, well, depending on if they put out more DLC,
They're not going to put more DLC out, I don't think. I think it's done. But like continuing game is like games of service.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes.
Like Warframe, Destiny, like Apex Legends, any of those. Even if Destiny would have won, it would have been better than Cyberpunk.
Yes.
As soon as Cyberpunk won, I was like, this is baloney. This is bullcrap.
Super baloney.
Then a bunch of the awards, they didn't even have them on stage or anything.
No. They blasted through a lot of it.
It was mostly just video game trailers, which is whatever. But
yeah,
it was like, their esports player of the year. They announced it at the end. That was it. They didn't have them on stage.
Yeah.
But they also didn't give the guys enough time to talk. It was literally like 30 seconds. They're off the stage.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, he's barely been up there. Like, give him a chance to talk.
And the teleprompter was like,
wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, bitch.
Yeah, let's get off the stage now.
So it's because last year, the moron from God of War talked for 8 minutes. They could not get him off the stage. But they brought him out as the first guy to present the first award.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm like, am I out of touch? Because he said a cringy as fuck joke that I was just like, oh my God. But on Twitter, people loved it. So he came out and they were like, he made some jokes about how he talked so long last time, whatever, just unfunny baloney. And he's like, I'm not going to talk for 8 minutes this year, even though my speech lasted longer than this year's Call of Duty campaign. And I just was like, oh my God, but on Twitter, everyone's like, he roasted Call of Duty. That's so funny. Oh my God, he really got him. And I was like,
I chuckled.
Am I out of touch?
I chuckled at that.
When he did it, or when I told you what he did?
When he did it.
Okay.
Because I watched a short this morning about him saying that. I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. I'll give it a hee whatever.
I just was like, oh my God. It was just sad and tragic. But,
no, I watched up until Fortnite v Lego
and you
was
like,
announced.
Bye.
And then I watched an extra 10 minutes and I was like, nope.
Yeah, Fortnite Lego time.
Fortnite Lego time.
Yeah. It was a bad show. And like, I know a lot of people are like, where was the GTA 6 trailer? Or where was the Elden Ring DLC trailer? It's like they don't need to spend money to put it onto the Game Awards.
Nope.
Especially the GTA 6 trailer.
Nope.
It's got like 1 billion views already.
Yeah.
They don't need to put it out on there.
It has
and same thing with Elden Ring. It was a little different when Elden Ring was not a known quantity and they showed off a trailer at the Game Awards. But now everyone knows Elden Ring. Yeah. They just need to put their trailer on YouTube. That's the end of it.
That's done.
Yeah. So, because people were really thinking there was going to be a DLC trailer for Elden Ring. I was hoping too, but they don't need to spend the money to do that either. So
no. They're going to get their eyeballs.
Yeah.
Without the Game Awards.
Yeah. And is that DLC even coming out next year? Like, shit, it took them like fucking 8 years to make the game. So we'll see if it's coming out.
Yeah.
Next year, 2025.
We will see.
Yeah. Anyways, it was Jeff Keighley's a whatever.
Cringe Lord?
I mean, he wasn't too bad, but he was actually the other lady that unfortunately they had written her some terrible jokes.
Yes.
And those were super cringy.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. Someone said like, "Oh, you don't think she's making this up as she goes?" And I was like, "Not a fucking chance." Everything is pre-written, and they just wrote some real stinkers for her.
Yeah, you can't. It's very hard for someone to come on and just ad-lib the entire thing and not say things that they shouldn't be saying.
People have a lot of misconceptions about some of that stuff, like stand-up comedy. I know some people that they will watch a stand-up comedian and then they'll see him do another show and it's the exact same show.
Yeah.
Same jokes and everything. And they're just like, oh, it's the same jokes. And it's like, you don't think that they practice that routine for hundreds of hours to get to this point? You think they go up on the stage and they just make up all these jokes?
They sure don't.
Like, this is a thing where they like think of a joke and then they go to a shitty club and they try it out. It sort of works, and then they workshop it a bit more and they get it down through trying it like 50 times. And then when it's Netflix special time, they have their fucking A game on with everything they've tuned down to like the minutest of details.
Yeah, everything gets workshopped in small clubs in front of other people for hours and hours and hours. Totally.
But I would be like, wow, you think they just come up with that as they go on the stage?
Not even.
Wow.
Not even close.
Wow. Imagine you could do that.
Right?
You would be a trillionaire.
You would be an absolute genius.
Oh my God.
To come up with jokes that kill every single time, just off the top of your head.
Like, on this show, if I could come up with like one joke a show that makes you laugh, I'm like, okay, I did it. I've done something here.
Yeah.
Like, holy.
Like comedians who do crowd work.
Yeah.
And can come up with new things to say all the time. Those guys are geniuses.
But even that, I'm not a huge fan of crowd work. I don't usually find it too funny generally. When I think crowd work is like the lowest of the stand-up comedy. That's like, I don't have any jokes right now, like I'll do some crowd work, and generally I don't find it. I mean, maybe it's just the comedians that I've seen do it and I'm just like, no thank you.
Yeah, so. I get a lot of comedians in my feed now where it's like they do some crowd work. It's like, that's dumb. But some of them is just like, oh my God, they just destroy people out there and it's great. When
a comedian shows up on TikTok or whatever, and the first thing they'll be talking to the crowd, I'm just swipe it away. I don't need to see what your crowd work is here.
My favorite, I can't remember what his name is, but he's a short comedian.
Oh yeah,
real short.
Okay,
like 5'6", 5'5".
Bobby Lee.
No, and he's got a stutter.
Oh yeah,
and he stutters all the time, but he can just slay crowds.
So is it a real stutter or is it like
it's a real stutter?
Gottfried?
No, it's an actual real stutter.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
He has a whole TED talk about it.
Oh yeah,
his brain injury that happened, the stutter, and how he's been combating the stutter ever since.
Crazy.
And like when he does a TED talk, I think he stutters just once, and it's like a 30-minute TED talk. He stutters once, which is great because he's come through a whole lot.
Maybe he's like DSP and he fakes it. Like DSP says he has post-nasal drip, that's why he snorts all the time. But when he was on the Side Scrollers show being interviewed, he didn't snort one time. He does it in his stream as like a domination thing to snort on his viewers.
Oh my God.
I know. It's gross but true. I'm sorry. Anyways, Game Awards. I think Jeff Keighley said next year there's going to be less sort of video, world premieres and stuff like that, and more about the awards. But it's like, who the fuck would ever watch that for like the awards?
Yeah, right.
That's the worst part of the show.
Everyone's watching it for the world premieres.
Though I will say they toned it down because there was no like Game of the Year presented by Doritos, which was the way it was last year.
Yeah. They got mad sponsors.
Everything was like presented by Doritos or like, what was it, 2 or 3 years they had an award presented by like Dorito Man or something like that. Like there's a guy dressed up like a Dorito superhero. Yeah. So they got rid of all that shit.
If they don't bring up Pepsi Man, I'm not into it.
I don't know if Pepsi Man is
Pepsi Man
commissioned for usage anymore.
I don't know.
He is retired.
Probably
Sent to the gulag.
All right, let's carry on.
Okay.
Next up, Twitch.
Yep.
That's a platform. We're currently streaming on it.
Oh, yeah, we are.
We are.
Wow.
But if you're in Korea, they're suspending their operations next year.
Yeah. They're saying it's cost too much to run Twitch in Korea. Which I was like, what? I don't understand. So I mean, I read their little thing from Twitch about why they're shutting it down. The costs are too much. And they said they're going to work together with their streamers to get them on other platforms and help them transition or whatever. But I was like, how do the other platforms afford to do business in Korea then? And I'm like, is it because they're a foreign company? They are charged more to operate in Korea, bandwidth or something like that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't
maybe
be surprised if there's something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know there's Korean live streaming platforms that are just in use in Korea. So I wonder if that's what it is there's like a premium for like bandwidth or operating costs or something in Korea because they wanted to keep, Korean businesses afloat rather than being pushed out by an American business, right?
Yeah.
Which sucks for the Korean live streamers, but I mean, that's the way the businesses work, right? So I don't watch any Korean streamers, so it's not really going to affect me too much.
I don't either.
I've seen them in the feeds and stuff before.
I think they're mostly speaking Korean anyway when they're doing that.
Yeah, I'll go into a game like Warframe and there'll be a lot of like what I assume is Koreans streaming it and stuff like that.
I mean, Helix's did post a Korean, I think they're Korean streamer in the Discord there.
I did not see it.
So we were like, what is happening? Because we go there, she's just topless, but the camera's above the nipples.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, what is happening here? And Helix in the Discord is like, is this not bannable? I'm like, it's only cleavage. That's how.
Yeah.
If she stands too tall, it's over. And I just clicked on her site link. Banned.
Yeah.
Violating
pretty
community
outrageous.
services.
But she. I mean, she might have been Korean, but I don't think she was in Korea.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, those were outrageous. Outrageous. There.
Absolutely.
Kind of reminds me of when Mixer was shutting down.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we'll switch you all over to Facebook Gaming. We've made a deal with Facebook Gaming to transfer you all over to Facebook Gaming. And if you're monetized on Mixer, you'll be monetized on Facebook Gaming. It's like, fuck. That sucks.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Canada, we don't do anything like that, really.
No.
The only thing we have is CanCon. They should make Twitch put me on the front page as Canadian content in Canada.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't think they do that, though.
No.
I'm going to call up the old Justin Trudeau. Get him on the horn here.
Yeah.
See if we can figure something out here.
Yeah,
It'd just be they'd put Pokemon on the front page. So.
Probably. Yeah, that's interesting as to, did they try something like that though?
What?
With the Canadian content for these kind of people?
So.
For these kind of, not people, but services?
No.
Or is
I don't think it counts as broadcast, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I guess not.
You can't just get it through the air, basically. So.
Though, with YouTube, like browsing new YouTube channels, I get a surprising amount of Canadian content.
Oh, I don't. No, that's because you watch Not Funny Gaming or whatever the fuck you were watching.
It's dangerously funny.
Oh, sorry.
Dangerously funny.
Dangerously
it's weird too, because I was watching Dangerously Funny, and then all of a sudden they recommend this guy named Dre. So I started watching Dre, and I'm like, oh, you're from Toronto. You're Canadian. Well, what the hell?
I see.
Everyone seems to be Canadian that I watch. No?
I don't think so.
No.
Not for me. I just get a lot of recommended DSP videos. DSP detractor videos.
Yeah, that's the algorithm going to work.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of YouTubers,
there
was one a little while ago that decided to fake a plane crash.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Streaming, doing a YouTube video, and, it's entitled, I Crashed My Airplane.
Yep.
And it was all staged. He crashed it. He literally crashed his airplane but didn't need to. Could have just kept flying.
Yeah. So like, it was sort of like people that know about planes sort of looked at it and like, well, he didn't try any of these things that you would do normally if your plane stops working.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fly, so I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
But they'd be like, you could glide for ever, basically. So he could have tried to find a place to land, contact the tower.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about like trying to turn, I don't know, the engine back on or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But because he's a, YouTube idiot trying to get views, and he thought this was a way to go with it, they had all the footage of everything he did.
Yeah.
So you could see like in the footage, it's like, oh, he's got a huge bulge strapped to his leg of something. So it's a fire extinguisher he had attached to his leg. So if the plane crashed and like set a whatever forest on fire, he could try to put it out or whatever. Why is he flying wearing his parachute? That's not standard operating procedure.
Yeah, why would you fly wearing a parachute? That's uncomfortable.
And then also his flight pattern from the day or week before was like flying over the area, scouting it out to see if he's going to like kill anybody.
Making sure it crashes in the right spot so it's easily accessible so that he can get in there and pull stuff out.
Well, that was the thing too, is then him and his buddy like went and grabbed the plane, took it back to their shop and like broke it into pieces and threw it away or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is the FAA. I think that's the one. Like, and they're in charge of any plane crashes.
Yeah, any plane crash needs to be investigated.
Yeah. Which they lied to about what was going on, whatever. He had all sorts of, I don't know if he did this before with his planes, but he had like GoPros and shit stuck to the outside.
I would imagine he would have had that normally.
So that's how they got the footage of like what's strapped to his leg.
Yeah. Because
he comes out of the plane, you can see like a huge bulky thing under his pant leg or whatever. Just the whole thing. Anyways.
He's got strapped to his thigh. It just looks like his big dick.
His huge hogger.
Huge hog.
He only got 6 months. I don't think that's enough.
He didn't.
He's lucky he didn't kill anybody.
He didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, he's lucky.
He's definitely lucky he didn't kill anybody. He only really put himself in danger and, whatever was beneath him.
No, I mean, I don't think he only put himself in danger. He put potentially anyone in danger.
Like, yeah, anyone who would go out and investigate the crash.
Or even just you happen to be hiking. Like, who knows, the plane veers off, lands on the road or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the potential for that to happen is very low, but
yes, but still, it's a percentage chance that it's going to happen.
But like, 6 months is like nothing. Like if I was like, oh, I'm going to get 20 million views if I crash my plane now, I can do 6 months in prison. No big deal.
It'd be just like staging a car crash, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So what's to stop me from crashing my car off of a cliff, just diving out or whatever?
Yeah.
Only 6 months in prison. No big deal.
Yeah.
It's also like, it wasn't just like, well, maybe this, I don't know, maybe this was maybe this wasn't a federal. No, it was federal. Maybe he'll get some prison time like at the state level too.
Yeah.
So this was a federal thing that's happened to him here. Yeah, he's just like, well, I carefully researched the plane route to make sure the crash would not be near human housing or trail routes. I should have never gone forward with it. Really?
And the prosecutors argued a prison sentence is necessary to prevent others from attempting this type of stunt.
Yeah. I agree with that, but I don't think
for sure
6 months is enough. I think year minimum on this, but anyways, what a dork. And it wasn't like it was like months later where people were like, hey, he crashed his plane intentionally. It was like within days they were like, yeah, this is he faked his plane crash here, and here's the reasons why.
Yeah, he
did everything wrong basically. God, people are so stupid.
Indeed.
He thought he was just like, doing a good scam.
Yeah,
he thought he had it all figured out.
Yeah. Boy, was he wrong.
Yes.
And speaking of people who are wrong,
yes,
Johnny Somali.
I've heard of him.
Famous Twitch kick streamer.
Yeah.
Who's just absolutely trash.
Yeah.
But just going out in public in Japan, just harassing people, trespassing, breaking all kinds of laws. He's going to jail.
In Japan.
In Japan.
Yep.
He's going to be, what I can gather, he's going to be going to a prison work camp.
Perfect.
To help pay reparations to the people that he's disrespected.
Yes.
His cameraman went to jail for a couple days, got out, and got told to take all of Johnny Somali's stuff with him.
Yeah, take it back to America.
Yeah, take it back to America.
You're out of here.
He did some live streams. I can't remember what the hell his name is. We did some live stream talking about it, and he's just he's laughing about the jail time that Johnny's gonna get, but I'm thinking it's like a nervous laugh. He's like, "Oh my god, this isn't funny, but it's kind of funny."
Yeah.
Thing.
Like, I just, God, I think you sound like a weeb when you say it like this, but I know that in Japan they take that stuff very seriously.
Oh yes,
like
there's a lot of respect things.
And just like, you know, I know, especially for foreigners, I hear a lot of times where the police will stop them all the time.
Yeah.
For just like, oh, you have a bike. We have to make sure the bike isn't stolen. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. And then the other thing too is like in Japan, they don't need to charge you to keep you in prison.
No,
jail.
laws are quite different.
They can just hold you indefinitely. They don't have to charge you to keep you, like, you know, in America or what. I don't know if it actually is. In TV, it'll be like, oh, it's 24 hours. We got to cut them loose. In Japan, it's like, no, my buddy's been in prison or jail for 2 weeks while they haven't charged him with anything.
Yeah.
They're just holding him on suspicion. It's like, oh, crazy. So is it good or bad? I mean, crime rates are very low in Japan.
They sure are.
But there's also other things going on. There's not easy access to guns or drugs or any of that sort of thing in Japan either. So it's definitely a different culture. But,
yes.
You know, lots of CCTV and all that stuff, tracking and less freedom, but also you don't have to worry about getting murdered. So the worst it's going to happen to you is that Johnny Somali, like, I don't
harassing
know, gets in your face.
Gets in your face, yep.
So
being racist or whatever.
I don't know
what he was doing.
I think he was just being an idiot.
I think so
like,
too.
Causing noise on the train and stuff like that. Like nothing major, but
no.
I think there was trespassing they were doing.
Yep.
It's just stupid stuff.
Yeah, and he eventually got assaulted by, you know, somebody that was done taking his crap.
Exactly. I don't know, man. I wouldn't go to a foreign country to do that. I would never do that.
That is the worst thing you can do.
I would never do that, period. But like, I wouldn't want to go to a country where I don't know how someone's going to react to me doing something stupid. Even like, well, like, did you see the guy in America that was like playing that weird audio clip of his phone to some DoorDash driver at the mall, and the guy pulled out a gun and shot him because he wouldn't stop playing the sound in his face? He's like, leave me alone, man, leave me alone. And he finally shot him with his gun. It's like, who knows what something's going to happen in another country, right?
Yeah, right. So. Like if you're going to a country and you don't know the laws completely and you're just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, like why? Well,
and that's the other thing too. Is he just going to plead ignorance? Like ignorance of the law is no excuse.
No,
I didn't know I couldn't murder him here. I'm not from here.
I'm not from here.
I don't know how it works.
We can just kill people where I'm from.
Yeah. So, anyways,
yeah, it's pretty wild.
You know, once he gets out of jail, he'll go live stream on Kick and he'll get a bunch of money and it'll all be fine for him.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
He might be fine.
He'll be fine.
Apparently the Gino guy, the cameraman, he was getting hit on a lot in the jail.
Oh, really?
He was talking about getting hit on a lot.
Crazy. By the other dudes?
By the other dudes in the jail.
How would he even know, though?
I don't know. They were probably just dudes coming up to him being like, speaking Japanese in his ears and grabbing his balls or something. I don't know.
Seems weird.
Yeah.
Like, I thought like that was still kind of like frowned upon in Japan. Like people aren't openly really gay there.
I don't know. Maybe that's why they're in jail.
Because they're gay?
Because they're openly gay.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. These are all assumptions, people. Just assumptions.
This is your culture. You tell me.
It is my culture. I've never been there, so I don't know.
Let's book a flight.
We should.
We gotta get you some knowledge of your people here.
I gotta get cultured.
Yeah, you can't just know about your culture from anime, okay?
That's true. Here's something. I'm a little bit guilty of something.
Really?
And that's watching
Prison Time?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's getting a warm and fuzzy feeling when I watch people put on colorblind glasses for the first time and losing their minds and like crying like, oh my God, I can see the colors.
Okay.
So it turns out that colorblind glasses might be a bit of a scam.
Okay. How so?
There's a lot of marketing that goes into these glasses. There was one company that put out a ton of videos. And if you like, there's videos of kids putting on colorblind, like having their not regular vision, pointing at balloons, being like, well, this is this color, and it's all wrong, right? Yeah. And then you put on the colorblind glass and like, well, it's this is this color, this color, this color, this color, and then it's all right. That's not how colorblindness works.
No, it doesn't.
That's not even close. And some of the videos, you can see that on the balloon, there's a color written on the balloon to help the kid identify it incorrectly.
So is this a scam as in they're selling the videos are staged and fake, or
the videos are
like they don't
fake
work?
and the colorblind glasses don't really work. So a guy who is colorblind, he was talking about it, and he put out a video about it, did an investigation, bought all kinds of colorblind glasses, see if they would help his colorblindness, because he's got a red-green colorblindness. When he was doing those colorblind tests, he like can't read the number because it's kind of like the same color. And so he did get the colorblind glasses, put them on. It's like, it didn't help. It only made things worse. It puts on like this super like bright pink/red tint to everything. And it looked wild because he put them up to the camera. I'm like, holy crap. I mean, I'm not colorblind, so I don't know if this would help me, but he is, quote unquote.
I don't know like enough about color blindness to know, like maybe they just don't work on his type of color blindness.
That could be the thing.
Because like I can't imagine that these people, like the reaction video where they put on the colorblind glass and they start crying, like they're, like something must happen. Like otherwise you'd put it on and be like, oh, it looks the same. Yeah. But even like as a kid, when people would talk about color blindness, I would think to myself, like, how do they know they're colorblind without doing like the color blindness test with the number and the dots and everything like that? Because wouldn't you be just like I'm not colorblind, I see your bottle's blue, but if my color situation is fucked up and it's like yellow. Yeah. But you point at that and say that's blue. I would point at it and be like, that's blue, because I think the color yellow is blue, Yeah,
but then you could put like another color next to it, and it would be the same color.
Yeah, yeah. That's
so like this would be blue, but it would look to you yellow. But then you put something that was green, and it would also look yellow.
Yeah, for sure.
So those would be the same color, and you'd be like, well, they're the same color.
But that's like exactly with the balloon thing.
Yeah,
where you'd be like, what color is this? And you point at it, and it's blue. But you put the glasses on, you'd still think the balloon is blue because
if you've been told blue before that color is that color, then and Jake Paul, good old Paul brother, he did the same thing. He says he's colorblind, don't know if he is or not, but he did the colorblind glasses test too, and he puts them on. He's like, oh my god, all the colors, I can see everything properly.
He's not colorblind.
And then he went on his podcast and was like, there's no change. It just looked like garbage.
So why did he? Oh, for the video.
For the video, for the money.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But I've seen when they must work for some of these people though, because I've seen some videos where the kids are like, it's just a woman filming her kid or whatever, and the kid like starts crying when he puts them on.
There's one influencer that did a video about it, and they got the colorblind glasses, they did all the thing, but they had taken sponsorship from the company beforehand.
Oh yeah. No,
and they filmed the entire video in one day, but it was, I can't remember what it was. There's something about like the timeline. It's like, oh well, you guys have already done this, blah blah blah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's like.
If you're taking a sponsorship to do a video, it's like, well, okay, I can't really take you seriously. It's just like whenever there's a video and be like, here, we're gonna talk about our sponsor, about my favorite game, Raid Shadow Legends. It's like,
it's like, okay.
Alrighty, Raid Shadow Legends. Though the ones that are real are the hearing ones.
Oh yeah,
those are real.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine you get a hearing aid and it doesn't work.
Especially when they're younger people that are like older than like they're in their teens where they're trying not to cry, but you can tell they really want to cry because they can actually hear something. So that is some really good acting.
Yeah.
Or it's real.
Yeah, a lot of the videos where they do the colorblind testing stuff, and they're like, "Oh my god!" It's always with the balloons. There's like a ton of videos with the balloons. They're all balloons from the people who make the glasses.
Oh yeah, I've never watched one really. Besides like when it's usually the kid opening the package. Are these the colorblind glasses? Like, yeah, try them out, son. And then they put them on or whatever. I've never seen one with the balloons, so.
Yeah, I see a lot of those ones where they do that as well.
No, I don't watch those ones.
Yeah, apparently this guy's claiming they're all fake. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, maybe it doesn't work based on their particular colorblindness.
Yeah.
Because not everyone is colorblind in the same way.
That's the same thing to say, like, well, not really, but you remember those 3D magic pictures where it'd be like, you can see like I can see a plane in this picture.
Yeah.
And people will be like, I can't see it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that just doesn't work for him. Because I knew people that couldn't. I knew why this one guy I went to school with is just like, no, I can't see it. My mind just can't be tricked.
No, it's because you can't focus past the piece of paper in front of your face.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not easy to do.
I can do it really easy. Like at first I couldn't see it, but I trained myself so I can any picture, boom, I can see it. I can see it immediately.
Yeah, I got pretty good at it. When at first I was like, what are you guys talking about? This is dumb. And then I just sat there with it and just did it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. They're cool. I remember there was a library book I would take out that was just page after page of those pictures. This would have been like, oh my God, in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I just stare at like an idiot and be like, oh yeah, there's a building in this picture. They don't really do those too much anymore.
No, they don't. As long as you didn't pull a Costanza.
Yeah, come out not wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
Eat a donut out of the garbage can.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. I'd be interested to see other people come up with similar videos to see if they have a different kind of colorblindness, to see if these glasses actually work.
Yeah.
Just some proper investigative reporting.
Nah, fuck that.
All right, next up.
Yep.
I didn't know if we wanted to talk about this or not, but I put it on here because it's just watching some of the first episode of this was pretty insane.
I didn't watch it.
So there is a adult actress called Lena the Plug.
Yeah.
And her husband, Adam 22. And they have a podcast called The Plug Files, The Plug Cast. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And on this, they interview a girl and then have a threesome with her. Why
would you do that?
I don't know.
You must get paid, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Who knows? But they were like, well, we've been doing this girl guy the entire time. Let's do a guy girl.
Yeah.
And so they have this show called For the Love of Lena, which is 4 episodes. And it's a reality show where they bring in all these dudes and try and figure out who is going to sleep with them.
Yes.
And the editing and everything is like, it's spot on for like a reality show. It's done really well.
It looked like they were like trying to get it on real TV and no one would buy it. So they had to put it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's 4 episodes and it's so the stuff that I watched, I was like, oh my God, this is the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. I was watching you watch it on stream a bit and I just was like, time for me to do something else.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
I mean, the videos had like 500,000 views or whatever, so
yeah,
they got a few views, but
it got a few views for sure.
It was just like the douchiest people, and also the weirdest people too. Like, dude has face tattoos, and there's a guy dressed up like a dork
who is apparently a porn star.
Oh, he's just playing in his dork role, I guess.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this guy does porn? Okay.
So, like, I'm sure that when Lena and Adam have a girl, that there's probably some lesbianism going on. Does this mean Adam's going to be like getting in the, are he going to be getting in the action, or is it just going to be Lena just like the 2 dudes high-fiving over top of her?
Oh yeah, that's going to be it.
Yeah, that's all it is. Adam's not gonna.
No, Adam's in there. It's for.
No, him. But I mean, is like Adam gonna get bummed?
Oh, yeah, probably.
You think so?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know how these guys roll.
I don't think so.
I don't know how their bread's buttered.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. I didn't watch enough of it to know.
I'm not going to watch any of it. I just cannot handle reality, anything.
No, I can't either.
It's just, oh my God. I just can't handle it. It's just so fake and cringy. And I know that's kind of the whole like enjoyment people get out of it is like it's a cringe fest.
Oh yeah.
But like I cannot handle cringe.
No, me neither.
It's just like, oh, I'd rather just fold up into a little ball and roll away.
Pretty much.
Oh my God.
That's why I had to I watched a little bit. I was like, no, I can't. This is awful.
It was like watching the Game Awards where I was like, I'd really like to mute this right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Wild.
So bad. Anyways, I know people enjoy it.
Yeah.
The last reality TV I ever watched was like the first season of Survivor and the first season of Big Brother.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching Big Brother after they voted off all the interesting people. It was just like the boring people left at the end, and I was like, nah, fuck this.
That's how you play the game.
But that's fine for the game, but it's not fine for me watching it. Yeah. It was like all these other people are just so boring.
Yeah.
So other than that, I mean, I guess I watched like some I don't even want to admit that I watched Alaskan Bush People, but that's like next level cringe.
Yeah.
Where it's like fake and also very cringy.
Ooh.
Just and they're so gross too. The whole squad is so gross with their rotten teeth and unwashed bodies and dirty hair.
I love it.
Ugh. Did you ever watch it?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Oh my God. Like Rainbird with her teeth. Oh my God.
The wife likes to watch reality TV show here and there, especially when it's Bush type stuff.
Yeah, it's a little different when it's like Survivor Man or whatever.
Yeah.
But like this is like fake Survivor Man.
Yeah. But yeah, she likes watching it. Anything that involves the bush hunting.
So has she ever watched the one that's like generally on PBS about the guy in the 60s that went to live in the woods and just filmed himself with like a Super 8 camera and like wrote diaries about it?
Maybe. Who knows?
And it's just like a guy who made a cabin in like the woods of Washington State and lived there for like 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's the life.
He's like
right
the
there.
original vlogger. It's like crazy. He would like literally do it like they do now.
Yeah.
Like hike out, set up the camera, hike back, and then hike towards the camera and like record his hike towards the camera.
Wow.
Crazy.
Technique's been around for years.
Oh yeah, big time.
Well, speaking of reality.
Uh-huh.
A little while ago,
a
woman in New York
got
very angry at Chipotle and decided to toss her food into a worker's face.
As one does. I've done it many times.
So apparently when she went in to get her Chipotle, she was not pleased with her first order, so she got them to remake it. So they remade it. And then the manager came out, they remade it again and wasn't happy. And then the third, I don't know if it was the second or third time, but they remade it again, and the lady was like not having it. It's like extra meat, extra protein, extra all this. Like, oh yeah, now we got it. And she's like, no, just tosses it in the worker's face. And it's like, what are you doing?
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
First of all, you're at Chipotle.
You're at Chipotle.
So like, it's fast food, Mexican food.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if it looks like diarrhea in a bowl, that's what it looks like. So enjoy your Chipotle.
Yes.
But like throwing it in someone's face, I mean, that's like entitlement and no repercussions in your life up to this point.
Yeah. Yeah. So she was causing a scene before, like way before she threw the food.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people filming.
And I wonder if anyone said anything.
I don't know.
Like, I always see these videos and people just stand around meekly not doing anything. But like the few times I've ever seen anything like that, I've said something.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember not too long ago, I was at the gas station, and this was during COVID times, and we walk in, and a girl walks to the counter, and this guy who's literally at the back of the store is like, hey, what are you doing? I'm next in line. And he's like at the back of the store, and he's just yelling at her, and I'm like, buddy, settle down. You were way back there. Like, chill out.
You were literally like, not in line.
He settled down after that, but it was just like, you know, if I wouldn't have said anything, would have anyone said anything? Or would this guy just berated her for, you know? So, it, you know, I kind of think about that when I see these. Like, but I've been like, lady, settle. You're a Chipotle. Settle down. Like, Jesus Christ, what's your problem? Probably throw the Chipotle bowl at me.
Yeah, probably.
I've never been that upset that I've wanted to throw my Big Mac in someone's face.
No.
So when I get a Big Mac and I open it up and it looks like a dog's breakfast, I'm like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like.
That's what it's supposed to look like. It's not going to be the one that's on the poster, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It never is. And this is a 39-year-old mother of 4.
I mean, you know what? We talk shit about it too, but like, we don't know. Maybe she had a bad day or not that it's an excuse, but it's just like there's always extenuating circumstances too. You know?
Yeah.
But then again, is this the first time she's ever done this before?
Who knows?
Like maybe she's done it before and she just, you know.
It could be. She went to court.
Uh-huh.
The judge gave her a choice. 90 days in jail. Or 30 days in jail. But you have to go work at a fast food job for 60 days.
Who would hire her to work for 60 days?
Right? There might be I don't know, maybe the court can be like, you have to hire this woman for 60 days.
I don't think the court can make you do that.
Probably not.
Maybe she has to find her own job for 60 days at a fast food place.
Yeah.
I do think that every person in the world should have to work retail for a month or like, you know, in the service industry for 1 month.
Yeah.
Just to see what it's like.
Yeah. So it looks like they'll have to have her job approved by the court and will work there 20 hours a week.
Yeah. So she probably has to find her own job.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll be like, no, you can't work at like this restaurant. It's not fast food enough. You can't be serving at a table. It has to be at a counter.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'd probably take the 90 days.
Right. So yeah, they gave her the choice and she was like, I'll take 30 and work 60.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd probably take 90. It's like a vacation almost. Just sleep in every day. Yeah, I've never been like that upset where I was like, I want to throw my food. Like I've got my food before and it's been fucked up.
Yeah.
And I've been like, no, that's not correct. Fix it. And I guess the closest I got to it was, I'm sure I've told this about my time. My mom ordered a Greek salad with no feta and they brought it with feta.
Yeah.
And then the buddy was like, you didn't say no feta. She's like, I said no feta. And he's like, no, you didn't. She's like, yeah, I did. And he's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, buddy, she said no feta. Take it back.
Take it back. Take the feta off.
Yeah. And then I heard him screaming in the back. She didn't say no feta. She didn't say no feta. But that's like the closest I've ever been to it. But I wouldn't like throw the salad in his face. Like, here's your feta cheese, buddy.
And it's like, why are you arguing with the customer? Just take it back and remake it.
Well, obviously he must get in trouble or something like that because he was like screaming at them in the back room about how, you know, she didn't say no feta. So there must have been some sort of like, I don't know, it comes out of your pay or something like that. I don't know.
No, that shouldn't be a thing.
No, but anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't really think. I've literally never ever returned anything food wise.
I have, just from being undercooked, really.
The only one I had a steak overcooked one time and I ate it. It was fine, delicious and everything. And then the woman came out and was like, how was the food? And I was like, oh, it was really good. It wasn't rare, but it was good. Oh, no. And I was like, no, it was like, you know, medium to well done, but it was still delicious and everything. Oh, I'll get you another one. I'm like, no, I already ate this one. I already ate this one.
You don't need to give me another one.
No, she brought another one.
Well, there you
go. I had to eat a second steak. It's like, I ate the first one, lady.
I don't need another one.
Yeah. Other than that, I can't really.
Yeah, no, I couldn't recall the time. I mean, I get some disappointing DoorDash or skip the dishes sometimes, and I complain about that.
Well, I mean, I've never, I haven't really complained about getting the food. It's like I got the wrong order.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like DoorDash, I don't know what the deal is. I got one where I ordered a large drink and I got a medium and I filled in the ticket and they're like, here, we're going to refund the whole value of your meal. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. They don't do that anymore.
No, it happened to me just in 1010.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I had a when I was working in Kelowna, I had a driver that just hung out at a house for like an hour and then brought me my food and it was ice cold.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we'll give you half off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, cool.
No, it happened for that. Actually, I think it happened twice during 1010 because I got the wrong size drink. The other one was I got the wrong order where I got someone else because I got like 2 fries and I got chicken nuggets and burgers and everything. So I contacted them. I was like, I got the wrong order. This is what I ordered and this is what I got. And they're like, oh, we'll give you all your money back. Here's a credit.
Wow.
Okay. Free food and a credit?
Yeah,
all right.
right.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I wasn't even going to report it, but then I was like, well, maybe whoever got my order is going to report it and then they'll see I didn't do it. So I was like, I'll just report it anyways.
I got a monster order.
Yeah. So
wild.
Pretty crazy.
Yes.
I guess I'm just a better customer.
I guess. All right, I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
What's coming up next? Plamic?
Planet Club.
For the love of Lena? One of the guys that was on the show went to jail. Was it the guy with the face tattoos? They might be setting up the footage by hiding a word on the balloon and then the word is written in a certain color and the shades differently and the words show clearly. Oh, yeah, that could be it too. You can be locked up for 10 years before seeing a judge. In most countries, there's no right to a speedy trial. Double sloppy penetration. Oh, shit. Tiny. Welcome in. So we're going to talk about Game Club next. We're going to be doing the end of Control. We played the Alan Wake DLC. And then next game for Game Club is Rotter, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rotter? Rise of the Tomb Raider. I've already downloaded it. It actually just got added to Game Pass, so anyone that wants to can play along on Game Pass, and it was given away free on Epic, so you should have it. And you can enjoy your times with the Rotter. I have not played this Tomb Raider. I think I played Tomb Raider, and then the second was the... I don't even know what the second one was called. And then this is the third, The Rise of the Tomb Raider. But it's like a prequel. I think it's supposed to be Laura's first adventures as a Tomb Raider, but I'm not exactly sure. Should be good though. I'm excited. I am excited. Oh shit. Oh, Mikey T's back. Welcome back.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show.
Finish chewing my cookie.
Do it.
Garrus Vicarian?
Garrus Vicarian.
Is that a guy?
Where did you see
Alien?
this? Where did you see this?
On Rainbow's meme.
Who's Rainbow? Oh.
Right.
Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Meme Discord. Oh, yeah, one of the aliens.
Oh, from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
She
yeah.
posted
Garrus.
a meme. Me as femme sheep trying to romance anyone else.
Yeah,
Garrus
Garrus.
Vicarian.
I don't think you can romance Garrus.
I don't think so either.
Not sure, though.
He's unromanceable.
Oh, you know what I bought that I'm going to play?
What's that?
I didn't realize, but Dragon Age Inquisition, which is the most recent Dragon Age game that came out for the Xbox One, there was an Xbox 360 version.
Oh.
So I bought that on eBay for $5. So I was like, oh my God, how does that run on the Xbox 360? I must find out. So I bought that for $5. It's on its way.
Nice.
I'm ready for it.
How big is this? Oh, okay.
How big is what?
While the iron's hot.
Oh, it's like a gig?
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely a gig.
I should think so.
Yeah, I'm just going to get it installed before I forget.
Oh, it was weird too. I forgot to mention when I played it, I had my mouse and keyboard plugged into my Xbox, and that was like the default way I wanted to control. So I grabbed the controller, and all the like prompts were like with mouse and keyboard. And if it didn't have the correct prompt, it was just a blank square. So it would be like, press the white square button to do this. And it's like, I don't know what fucking button that is. So anyways.
Yes. Okay. Can I
hope the video works today?
Probably won't.
God damn it. Why is it doing that?
I don't know. I don't know why.
It's like every 20 minutes it'll do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is.
Me neither. Maybe I'll change some settings next time and see.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty dumb.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Game Club.
Ooh.
Each week, we play a video game. We play a chapter or a segment or a timed interval of that video game. And then we talk about it on this stream. And this is a game club. It's like a book club. A game club?
Yep.
Game club? It's like a book club. Yep. You guys can play the game along with us. We tend to try and pick games that were given away for free on Epic or are on Game Pass. Game Pass, not necessarily free, but
yeah.
We try and play
it's like free.
Yeah, it's quite free. It's literally free. We try and play a game where you guys can play along with us and talk about your experiences in the game, either live on twitch.tv/StreamVoidPod or in the Discord, which the link is down below.
Yes.
And if you talk about it on the Discord, there will be a forum post with the game, and you just post what you did in the chapter there. And and we'll read it out live on and discuss it. Your experiences.
And what game are we playing?
And we are wrapping up the DLC, the Alan Wake DLC for Control.
Yes.
I
go ahead.
Can't stand the combat in this game.
No,
I get wrecked every single time. I'm so bad at this game. It's
wow, that's so crazy. How are you playing?
Controller
or mouse and keyboard?
I was playing a controller all the way up until yesterday when I was trying to get through the DLC. And I switched over to the mouse and keyboard. And I'm like, what? I still couldn't do it.
Really?
I actually threw on hacks so that I could get through the whole DLC.
Wow. Crazy.
Because they're built into the game.
Yeah.
You can throw on accessibility options.
I never found it that hard.
I found it so hard, dude.
I died a couple times, but I mean, if I died generally, it was because I did something stupid. But like, during the DLC, I died to Hartman in the train moving section.
Yeah.
I think I died to him a couple times, but that was because the game... Okay, so anyways, before I get to this part, we're doing the Alan Wake DLC. Basically, there was a Alter World event in Bright Falls, and they've taken stuff to the oldest house to check it out, see what's going on. But Hartman, they brought there as well, and he got sort of infected with the hiss or whatever, and he's sort of loose in this area. And as the director, we have to go lock it down, basically. So we go through like first of all, we go to the lunar lander that has...
I believe we do the train one first.
You can choose either one.
Oh, right. Yeah. I did the train one first.
Okay, I did the lunar lander one first. And it's not... I thought they faked the moon landing there. No, it's actually the return of the Apollo lander, and it was one of the spacesuits was infected with something. It became an AWE, or brought back some alien intelligence in the spacesuit, but it couldn't really communicate. But they took it to the oldest house to like test on it or whatever. But this whole DLC is based off of Alan Wake, so everything is like light based. So you have to like fight Hartman by getting into light, and then they'll be like, oh, the thing stopped moving. The giant turntable for the train stopped moving. We have to burn off the black sludge to get it to turn again, whatever. And there's all sorts of lore of Alan Wake as you go through the DLC. It'll tell you about Bright Falls and some more backstory for Alan Wake and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting. Hartman is disturbing in it. It's like ribs are sticking out of his back, and like, he's saying his weird Hartman stuff.
Yeah. This lunar lander area, you have to move a spotlight around the top and follow the spotlight to power things up, to turn the lights on to get rid of Hartman.
Yeah.
When I first went to the first bit, there's like on the left, there's a little building with some lights on it. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to go here. So I go there, I hit the button.
Yeah.
Noises happen. I hear noises.
Yeah,
I don't see anything going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? What is happening?
Yeah.
And then I see some more lights over yonder. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm invincible. So I'll just go over there.
Yeah.
Hit the button. Nothing happening.
You didn't see the light moving?
No.
Oh.
No light moving. Not at all. You're like, what is going on?
That's
what is
weird.
even happening? And then I had to like make it go a full cycle before it would even show up.
Oh, weird. Well, what I noticed at first was I didn't notice where the light was going because it comes over top of the first section you're at.
Yeah.
Where the buttons are. So I would press the button and I could see it move across over the train, over the lunar lander, basically. But then I was like, where did it go after that? And I'd press the button and I'd be like, where did it go? Looking around. And then I'd see it on the other side of the room moving along the room. And then it would come across the lunar lander again.
Yeah.
And I did that a couple times. I'm like, where does it go? I don't understand how it gets back there. And then finally I was like, oh, it comes over top of me and I can't tell because I'm already lit up.
Yeah.
And then it goes across this way.
I found that there was so much fog in this room that
yeah.
it was very hard to see where the light was going, even with all the fog.
I think you're like something. This game does not like your computer. I think.
No, I think that is true. I was going to install it down here to see what it would look like as well. Because doing that, I was like, how do you even see anything? Yeah. Is this what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah.
I turned off a bunch of settings and I'm like, well, now it looks a little bit more normal, but it's still, there's a bunch of fog everywhere. And I was like,
once I figured out how the lights moved, it was okay.
Yeah.
But my problem was, so the idea is you have to get these power cubes to turn on the lights by putting them in the end.
Yeah.
There's three receptacles at the end, right?
Yeah.
So I grab the one and I carry it all the way down to the end and I throw it into one of the holes. And then I can see there's one across the way that you have to grab. So I press the button and I'm going through the light. And of course, as I go close to it, I grab the wrong item with my telekinetic grabbing power.
You never seem to be able to grab the power cubes.
So then I shoot that off, but it like hits and it blows everything away. And I'm like, where did the cube go? I can't find it. So then I have to follow the light back to the middle and I have to go across and I have to come back up. And then I'm like, where did it go? I can't find it. So I'm looking around. I can't see it. So I was like, fuck, okay. I do it a third time. I'm like, where did this cube go? I can't see it anywhere. So then I was like, fuck it. I'll die. It'll reset. It doesn't reset.
Yeah.
It's not bad because the light comes over and it's actually stapled to the ground at first with the black sludge.
Yeah.
It burns it away and then you're supposed to be able to grab it. So I do it a few times and I'm like, what the fuck? I can't find it. Where the fuck did it go? So then I'm like, okay, maybe there's another one hiding somewhere. I'm looking around, can't find it. So then I'm like, fuck it. Let me look online because I'm not going to spend any more time on this.
Yeah.
So I look online. There's only 2 cubes.
Yeah.
There's not 3. There's 3 slots, but there's only 2 cubes.
Yeah. One of the slots, I think there's actually 4 slots, but one of the slots is covered with darkness.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that one then. I don't even think I saw that one. So then I'm like, well, I can't even find the 2. Like, what the fuck? So then I go back again and I'm like, wait a minute. It fucking bounced into the slot. So it went in on its own to the slot.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm looking everywhere else for it because it's like, where the fuck did it bounce to? God damn it.
Yeah, I was looking for a third for quite some time. I was like back and forth.
Well, that was the other thing too.
Like, where's the third? And then I look over and I'm like, oh, the door's open.
Yeah, that was the thing too. Is like it bounced into the wrong slot.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, when I looked it up to see like where's another one, it's like, oh, you have to take it out and put it into the right slot or whatever. Which is like one of the only times you can do that.
Yeah.
Because usually it goes in the slot. That's it. It stays.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think to like, I would have never thought to pull it out and put it into another one.
Oh. So if you go the other way first, there is a whole room where it's pulling stuff out of slots and putting it in different slots.
Yeah. I did that too as well.
Yeah. That one was
like you talking to the one where you have to put all the yellow wires to open the yellow door.
Do the 2 in the yellow wires to get your 3rd cube. Do the 3 in the blue wires to get your 4th cube, and then you can do the 4 in the other one to get the bonus items, and then There was a lot of cube power puzzles in this section. A lot.
So I died to the next puzzle in the, like, there's the AWE Monroe and AWE, I don't remember what they're called, but the other one is where we have to power 4 cubes to turn on the light to get Hartman to run away. And there's 4 cubes at different corners of the room, and you have to destroy the red, like, I don't even know what they are.
Yeah.
Red anchors to open the door so you can pull the cube. In that room, I died.
Oh, yeah. That room, there were so many hiss spawning. I'm like, I was playing it Invincible, so I was like doing the room, and I'm like, I don't know how I would have died like 20 times in this room.
I died a few times, but it was more because I was just being stupid.
Yeah.
And like, I'd be like, oh, I've got the cube. Let me run across the way. And then Hartman would like zap me or teleport to me and just kill me, one-shot me. But after I sort of died a couple times, I was like, okay, let me like see what's going on here. And if you just go slow, like it'll only spawn like 3 hiss across the room. And they were too far to like lock on to with my throwing ability. Mm-hmm. But if you just aim at them, it would hit them anyways. Yeah. So I would do that. And then, you know, the other thing too is I would try to carry the cube across. And I was like, well, why don't I just throw it through the window? And then I could run to the light, right? So I would do that.
Yeah, there, then, I even though I was invincible, I still played it like I wasn't.
Yeah. And then we get to once we're done that, we get to the final area where we have to fight Hartman. Actually, that's is that the room with the train car? Where we have to move the train car down and then we turn the lights on? Yeah, I think it is. So the last area where you fight Hartman, there's just 3 lights and you have to like move the train car down to the end so you can turn on the lights in the room and then you can fight Hartman in the room. And
I fought Hartman in...
Well, you fight him like 3 different times. Well, you don't really fight him.
No, I only fought him the once. It was there were the 2 areas on the left and the right of the investigation center.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the intercom.
Yeah, there's those are lander and then there's the 4 corner room.
Yeah, and that was only the 4 corner room with the train car. Because once you go through the 4 corner room, you go into the train car room, or vice versa.
Well, after the 4 corner room, he falls into a hole in the ground, and he runs away. And then you go back to the main room, and Langdon is like, Hartman was here. He looked gross.
Yeah,
and then he ripped the door off.
And then he can go into the Bright Falls AWE.
Yeah, and that's where isn't the train moving along the roof there?
No.
Oh,
that was the left side, whatever. If you're looking at the one. This is just there's the 3 cubes in the corner, and you have to just get the lights on.
Yeah,
and then you can fight him proper.
Yeah. So when he comes out and he's all like, you know, you got the light on him and he's free. So I'm like, okay, I start throwing. I'm like, oh, this is pretty easy. And I knock him down to like 0 health, and then he's like, oh, he rips the like cubes out of the power slots. I'm like, fuck, I got to put him back in now. And then he's got a whole nother power bar that I have to.
Yep.
Take them down.
Multiple power bars. Did he knock them all out for you?
No, just 1 or 2.
Yeah. He only knocked out 1 for me.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was just 1. But I was like, fuck, he's gonna kill me here. But thankfully it was fine, and you know, I killed him. Not too. I had my multi-throw, so I was throwing 3 things at him at a time. Oh, that was the other thing too, is I started using the one explosive gun.
Yeah.
Which was really rad.
Yeah. Because the one that shoots the grenades that kind of heat seek.
It shoots like, if you charge it up, it shoots 3.
Yeah.
And then the guys get slurped into it and then it explodes.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good for fighting the hiss, especially in the 4 corners room, or blowing up the little red anchor things.
Yeah.
Because it would just like destroy them all with 1 or 2 shots, you know. So I would like throw 3 things at him. My juice would go away, and then I'd shoot him with my fully charged gun and then switch between them. So I don't even think he hit me 1 time. I also liked how all of a sudden Jesse will pick up a phone and be like, I'd like you to dispatch a trooper to my location. Yeah, that was good. And all of a sudden I have a buddy to fight along with me. It's like, what? This is weird.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. That was cool.
But it was interesting, like watching and hearing, picking up some of the files and stuff. It's like, oh, they're hinting towards Alan Wake 2 here, because they talk about some woman that's going from the FBI named Melanie or whatever
to Bright Falls.
And I'm like, oh, that's the girl you play in Alan Wake 2. So
yeah, there was a lot of good little cutscenes with Wake going crazy, talking to Thomas Zane and being like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Everything was going bananas. And the last little bit where they're talking about an AWE that was reported 2 years in the future. It's like, well, that can't be right.
Yeah.
It's like, it's talking about this girl going there.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. So I liked it a lot. There's still one DLC I might play through.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that for Game Club.
Nope. We're moving on to Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rotter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I liked Control a lot.
I really liked the aesthetic, the setting, everything that was going on. I liked the powers that you would get. I think the shooting combat could have been a whole lot better. Like I didn't
really use the gun.
No, it was useless at times.
Yeah.
Like when I had invincibility on, I was like, okay, well, let me just find out how much it takes to kill one of these hiss with just the gun.
Oh yeah.
And that's a fully upgraded grip with tier 4 and 1 tier 5 things in it. And it was just like empty clip after clip or magazine after magazine after magazine into them. And they're fine.
Yeah. It's all about the powers for sure.
Yeah.
Like the gun is just sort of like to call it a shooter.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
if they didn't have to have the gun, they wouldn't have put the gun in it.
There was one section where I was in a room, like just a little bit bar back from the glass, just getting roasted. I'm like, who's roasting me? The hiss is up here, shooting down at my feet and just hitting every single shot. I'm like, well, because the heat seek, I guess. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. This is bull. I don't even know where you are.
Yeah.
I found the combat to be quite unfair at times.
I don't know. I didn't really, but I don't know. Maybe that's just your computer didn't like the game.
I think so.
Yes. Well, you talk about like not being able to see textures and stuff like that, and that makes it tough to play.
Oh yeah, definitely tough to play.
I never really. The only glitch I really had was when it wouldn't load the audio and cutscenes. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It happened again during the Alan Wake one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like when I went to the motel and Alan Wake is talking, it just showed video, and I was like, is it doing it again? So then I exited the game and came back, and I was like, yep, it was doing it again.
So I will probably play Rise of the Tomb Raider downstairs right here at this desk.
Oh, okay.
Play it here because,
controller or mouse and keyboard?
I don't know. I'll probably play it mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I think Rise of the Tomb Raider is like Laura's first adventures.
Yes.
I think it's her like becoming Laura
the Tomb
Croft.
Raider.
Yeah. Hopefully it's got a lot of snow in it. That was kind of the idea.
Yeah, we're trying to do
sort of
a
festive look.
Festive winter themed guy.
Yeah. I would recommend Control though. I liked it.
Yeah, I would.
It's pretty inexpensive.
I would highly recommend Control. Just
the story's good.
The story, the visuals, the sound design, everything like that was above and beyond.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I didn't mind the combat either. I liked flying around and
flying around and launching stuff was great. The gun combat was.
I very rarely used the gun. It was always just like, oh, I can't throw something. Let me stand behind a wall so I can throw something in.
Yeah.
But by the end, with my throw ability, it would recharge when I was holding stuff. So it was fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I liked it. I recommend it. You should do it.
Yep. You should.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah. And that's going to bring us to the end of this podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure to give us a thumbs up.
Yep.
Make sure to rate us.
Yep.
Share us with a friend.
Yep.
That's what you can do. And if you want to support us with your hard-earned dollary dues, patreon.com/StreamVoidPod.
Yeah.
Just $1 a month. Get you access to everything.
Yeah.
The full meal deal.
The schmear.
Yes. And with that being said, we'll see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Done it.
Nicely done. I'm proud of you.
Properly.
I'm proud of you. Rotter. Exactly.
Rotter.
Exactly, Tank. It's Rotter.
Rotter. Rotter.
Yeah, I'm excited to check her out. I think there's a lot of side stuff you can do too.
Probably.
Like I remember I played the first one of the rebooted series, so just Tomb Raider. And there was a lot of like just tombs that were just go through it.
Bonus tomb.
It doesn't maybe gives you some treasure or something. I don't know, but I don't think it does anything for the story or anything because I didn't do very many of them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to check her out.
Check her out.
You going to play it, Tank?
Tansy?
You going to play along with us or what? He's too cool for us, I think.
I know. It's way too cool.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
I agree. It is unfortunate. What's the plans for the rest of the day? Nope. He says nope. Wow.
Edit this podcast, get it up, record a video. I think I'm only going to do, I was going to try and do 2 videos a week, but I think I'm only going to do 1.
Oh, yeah.
Now that I'm streaming again. So record a video tonight, edit it, come out on Wednesday.
Fun.
And I think it's going to be a While the Iron's Hot playthrough.
Oh my god.
Or starting of a playthrough.
Crazy. Well, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to do the video.
Hopefully
Eat some lunch. Late lunch. And
yeah, I'm a little bit hungry now.
That's about it, really. Gotta work tomorrow. Sag.
Super Sag.
Eventually the warehouse will shut down. So
for the winter?
For Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when, but sometime.
What kind of time off you get?
I don't know. I'll see it when it sees it.
I'll be getting the 23rd to the 1st off.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's something similar. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's probably going to be a Boxing Day sale, but
yeah.
I'm not going to be there on Christmas Day, so I don't know when anything would get picked to go to the store. So
because we're federal, so I get 2 stat holidays.
Oh, baby.
25th and 26th are stats for me.
Spooge.
So, and then the 1st is the stat, so we're taking the 25th, 26th, and the 29th off, so why bother taking the 27th and 28th?
Yeah.
Coming in 27th,
Exactly.
28th. Because no one's going to be working, because it's you can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds good to me.
So I'll have a few days off, which would be good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know what I'm at for lunch, but I'm going to have something.
Good. Have it. Eat it. Put it in your mouth hole.
I will.
And relish it.
I will.
With tomato paste. Maybe.
Maybe not.
I mean, it could be something with ketchup.
Yes.
That's tomato pasty.
I guess so. A ragu.
A ragu.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Cool beans. Oh, we're at exactly 3 hours. What a perfect time to end the show.
Yes, indeed.
Bye.
3 hours, 24 for me.
I'm just watching the live stream. It says 3 hours, 15 seconds.
Nice. All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Oh.